Hey, what's up, guys? We're getting started on a new stream. It's Thursday. We have the Azure 7 Cs. All right, so we'll say One Piece, OP14 English, Azure Cs 7. All right, so that's in. Mickey Mouse break. I'm hosting a Mickey Mouse bubblegum break. I think it's a fantastic product. I think it's underpriced, honestly. So we're hosting a Mickey Mouse break now. One Piece OP14 English Azure 7 Cs is in. Mickey Mouse break. And free 151 booster. All right. One free. Oh, I typed in 141. All right, there we go. We're going to hit save on this, which is just a small thing. It's not a big pack. But Mr. John Ailman donated that yesterday night. Really nice of him. I think I raised the price on my 151 because I was getting kind of concerned about restocking it. We're going live for Thursday morning. All right. But if we see a price decline on 151, we'll get that price down on it again because it's such a fun product. I love opening it. Okay, I've pinged the Discord server. Very nice. The keyword shall be Ailman still, so let me reset that. All right. Ailman is up and running. Capital A. Boy, I love this music. It's crazy how much I'm enjoying this music. I think I could just listen to this music on repeat. All right. Such good times playing Advanced Wars. I should get a Game Boy and play Advanced Wars for you guys for fun. Let's see. That sounds like a game I'd love to play. No, wait. We want to go over here. Hey, what's up, guys? 33 months. Whoa. That's a long time. There we go. Mr. Did I hear that Quip is pregnant? No, not yet. We're doing IVF. We're about to do part 2 of the IVF. So we're hoping she'll get pregnant, and we're hoping she'll have a healthy baby. Because all that has to come true. All right, here we are. All right, I'm opening up the comment section now. It's always harder to get the comment section open for vertical. Did you know that? We have to do this complicated thing. Pop. Oops. Come on, no, dude. Not now. Oh, my gosh. All right, there we go. Pop out chat. There we go. Tyler, Mr. Rust, J-Dog Gaming, Whipple, Jack Woodworth, Troy Malice, Real Nukes, Jaded, Cactuar Queen, let's see, Miss Cat, Jay the Party Oliver, Michael Pettiford, NHCC, Mr. B, the one pregnant. I'm in my 3rd trimester. Hello, chat, and Mr. I'm currently on the verge of death. Oh, you feeling ill? I'm sorry, man. Get better, man. Hey, you're here. You having a good time watching? Being sick's pretty horrible. All right, let's see. When I get sick with like a virus or a flu, like a bad one, I get insane back pain. Like, it makes me want to cut my head off. It's so bad. All right, let me grab this. Let me pop chat out here. We're going to go ahead and pin the website next. Azure C7. I want to say 7 Cs is what I want to say. Okay, let's go ahead and pin this. Yes, it's finally here, and it's more expensive than it originally was going to be. The guy who I stocked with, who appeared to be a large, reliable seller, ended up not giving us our product for over, almost a full month. We're a month late on this product. He really screwed me over. I probably lost sales. It's really sad. But this is from a fresh case, by the way. So our Azure C7 is a fresh case. It includes EB1, and unfortunately, because I had to restock this with someone else, I had to pay a higher price. Now the other guy, he's ghosting me. He won't even talk to me. The first guy I bought from, I had 2 cases with him. He owes me a lot of money, thousands of dollars, and he failed to give me the product. And now he's not even talking about getting me a refund. So it's pretty bad. I will have to fight him at some point if he doesn't talk to me soon. I'll have to fight him on our, platform like PayPal or something. So dumb, dude. So dumb. He did initially communicate that, there was like a problem with his distribution for the product, and that he was trying to correct it and get everyone their product, and now he's just not talking to me. I just want my money back. Like, it's fine if you have a distribution problem, but I gotta have my money back. You know, you can't not deliver the product and not give me back my money. It just doesn't work that way. What a dummy, dude. Not happy with him at all. So now we have the product. Let's go ahead and get a price on it, okay? Let's see. So this is One Piece Azure 7Cs. This will take a minute. Welcome, guys. Happy Thursday. We were getting crazy busy last night. Did you guys catch that? Last night, we were like swamped with orders. I pretty much had to tell people I can't take any more orders. Come on, man. Here we are. He already spent your money, mister. That's why he's pulling this. I know that's how it works. I've been doing this a long time. I know he's doing that crap. He doesn't have it anymore to refund me. So he's going to get in a lot of trouble. He got to come up with that money real fast. Okay, here I can see the price of this set is continuing to rise. So it is more expensive than when I bought this case. And I think that you're seeing this with One Piece. People are going pretty nuts for One Piece right now. Okay, and divided by how many booster packs? Isn't it like 288 or something? 288. All right, divided by 288. It looks like our price today will be $16 a pack on Azure C7. All right, so OP14, One Piece, English, OP14, 16. You know, it was initially going to come out at 13. Isn't that crazy? Now we're doing 16. It's so silly. We should have had the product at launch, and I should have been able to give you guys better pricing. It's so stupid. All right, English OP6. I'm going to remove this box price. There's PRB2. There's OP10. No one's been buying the OP10s. There's EB1. Nobody buys a whole box of EB1. There's Japanese OP13. Here's OP14. I'm going to make the menu look a lot nicer. All right. So there we go. Let's go add it to the website. So that's our next job. I'm heading over to the website, guys. Add a new product. Mister, I would start the dispute process now. Some disputes might expire if not reported within 60 days. No, it's not like that here. I have a very long time to dispute it. Very long time, like 6 months. I don't understand why some people don't just choose to settle issues like this. They're self-sabotaging. He's a dummy. He probably has already spent the money. Okay, so this shall say One Piece, OP14, English, Azure. How do you spell Azure? C's 7. All right, One Piece, English, OP14, OP14, OP-14, Azure, C's 7. And it should say 24 packs per box. Okay. All right. So we got 24 packs per box. And the regular price right now is $16. Doop 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 doopy. Scoot doopy 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 doopy. Where's One Piece? Oh, there it is. All right, so One Piece is going into the One Piece category. Very nice. And we're going to hit publish. I wonder if I could do the last step of also uploading the picture. Add media. Looks like that's probably where you add the picture. I wonder if I could do that. Let's see. One Piece OP14 booster pack stock image. Let's try this one. So we're going to hit save image. No, we do not want an AVF file. Let's try this a different way. Save image as an AVIF file. Okay. I'll let Temmie mess with it. I'll do it later. I won't keep you guys hanging. So we got it listed. It doesn't have a picture, but we got it listed. Okay, so we're good to go. And I'll try it again next time. Here we are. All right, we're back over here. It looks like Mr. John Reagan's in the middle of putting an order together. Is that right? John Reagan. What's up, John Reagan? How's it going, man? Now, we'll jump over here. We got to clear some emails. We want to get rid of these junk emails. So I'm getting rid of some junk emails. I sold another card on eBay that I thought you guys might find interesting. Me moving some money around there. What are all these? I get so much junk emails, dude. It's crazy. Uber Eats. Craving something new? No, leave me alone. All right, that's done. Okay, and now I'm jumping back over to the queue. I'm jumping to the website queue. Website's pretty popular over time, huh? Okay, and that looks fine. All right, so here we are. So I sold another card today. You guys might find that interesting. I sold a weird poker card. And so I like to inform you guys about that because it helps you know that there is a market for it. Ooh, what's this? I'm getting text messages. Click. Oh, Karis has hired somebody to clean the house we're trying to sell. That's cool. If I go over to my PSA Vault account, let's shift this camera around a bit. We go to sold. We should have a new sold one. So this poker card sold for $100, but I feel like you guys wouldn't have bought it for $100 if I had actually just left it up on the table because maybe it's too experimental, maybe it's not proven, but now we do have a sale history on it. If you'll just load, it takes like 7 hours to load. Here it is. So if we take a look at the top here, that one right there, $97 Donkey Kong. Now, there you go. So, you know, I like to show that off in order to provide some evidence of the value of the item. Because sometimes when an item's too experimental, people don't want to buy it, and they're just kind of scared of it. All right, but now it's a little less experimental. Let's grab one of these sleeves. Loki, the worst part about my week isn't even that I got sick. The girl I was talking to just kind of gone and ghosted me. I'm sorry. There you go. Very nice. Did you tell her she had a nice rack? I mean, that's what I would have done. Sometimes you gotta pull out all the moves. I think you got great tits. Oh, I was gonna ghost you, but now that you're talking like Shakespeare, now that you're talking like a romantic lyricist, let's see. Why do you think she ghosted you? Let me go ahead and grab one of these. Did you send her a picture of your schlong? I mean, that's the move, bro. There we are. Then they go, oh, wait a second, I'm sticking around. There we go. All right. I'm not going anywhere. Lol, no. Might start buying poker cards and grading myself. Rain EB, F, she ain't for you. She for the screets. The screets. Hopefully she hasn't ghosted you. Maybe she's busy or something that's come up and will contact you soon. Hell no, dude. She ghosted you. If a girl likes you, she will obsessively talk with you. She will never ghost you. If she's ghosting you, you're not what she's wanting. Girls do not do that. Not that I know of. Oh, we have to choose a price for this. Hold on. Mickey Mouse. No way, bro. She's not interested. I've never met a girl who's interested in me who just wants to, like, ignore me. Like, oh, no, I don't want to talk to him today. I've never seen that. Girls love to talk. Girls love to talk. All right, let's see. Wow, this is affordable enough. We could just put it over there into the... All right, so here we go. The target sale price will be $120. That's a pretty cheap one, $120. So let's do this. Let's make it $140 with the $20 star spot. They love to yap, yap, yap. That's right. You girls are all like, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm kidding. That's me, actually. I'm the talkative one in the relationship. I usually talk a lot. I've never been told I talk too much, but I know I talk a lot. All right, so here we go. 1 in 7. And it will have a star spot, but it's a $20 star spot. It is. That's the new Mickey Mouse break. Jump in there if you want a 1935 Mickey Mouse. Just a bit of fun. I like to bring attention to these. There it is, Mickey. As if we didn't already have enough breaks already. All right, there's Azure C7 ready to go. This is OP14 and EB4. Look at the upper corner up here. It shows it right here. So this includes the new Japanese version, EB4. Rude. Mr. keeps his pimp hand strong. That's right. They don't respect you unless you slap them. It is. Bitch. No, I'm kidding. Actually, I don't know if I'm kidding. Let me put this away. I think if you weren't capable of getting that angry, they might not respect you. They'd be like, I don't know. You're kind of a pushover. It depends. I don't know. It's a confusing world out there, you know, because there's a lot of people who push like feminism, but then when girls are picking a guy, they don't want a guy who's like equal to them. They want a guy who's stronger than them. As simple as that. They want you to be smarter than them. They want you to be funnier. They want you to be wealthier. They do not want to be physically the same as you. They definitely want you to be physically taller and stronger than them. So they ask for equality, but then when they're picking you out, they want you to be better than them. So that's how it is. It's very confusing for men. Yes, it's a complicated world out there, guys, to navigate. Wait, I thought we were going to be the same. Nope. She'll one day give me all her attention and want to call on the next, hey, how you doing? Good. What are you up to? Nothing much. Well, she's with her other boyfriend that day. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. How's it going, guys? Happy Thursday. We got a new boosty. $16, Royal Blood. All right. We've been enjoying lots of new boosties. You guys might have seen me take on a large Topps Naruto restock last night. It's multiple $1,000 restock. I don't think I mentioned that part, but I took a large stock of that because I like the product. So this is $16. I don't know how fast. Oh, wait, that's Royal Blood. I did it again. That's OP10. I'm so dumb, dude. I got to stop doing this crap. It's sitting right next to the Azure Cs. Now, this one's cheaper. This is actually 13. Well, you know what? We should put a sticker on this one because this is fresh, too. This is a brand new, fresh case of Royal Blood, and it is 13. Right? Royal Blood is 13, I'm pretty sure. There it is. Okay. So we do have plenty of One Piece. You know, I'm a big One Piece fan. My favorite character is Monkey D. Luffy. Here's this guy as well. I was going through my inventory. We have a case of OP9 English. It's open and it's missing 2 boxes, but nothing came out of those boxes, meaning we have not pulled a manga out of them. So that's a fresh case. We have the OP5, and it's missing a box, and it also hasn't had a manga come out of it. And so we've got OP5, OP9, OP13, all the good stuff. But these are new, and they're actually affordable. So these are actually affordable. The other ones are not affordable, or they're not for sale, one or the other. I'll tell you another thing that's not affordable. These pricier Topps Narutos are kind of pricey. Look at those. Let me move this empty pack somewhere. Let me put it here. All right. So Topps Naruto is a top seller for us. This is a big deal. We're trying to pull a 1 of 1 out of here. Look, they come in these little boxes. There's only 5 packs per box, and they are a very interesting product because they seem to be dropping Topps 1 out of 25, 1 out of 10, 1 out of 5s pretty easily. So I think we have a fairly good chance of a 1 of 1 coming out of one of these boxes. We're looking to pull a 1 of 1. Now, 1 of 5 is pretty good as well. I mean, they're all good, but 1 of 5 is pretty extreme. So we've already pulled 1 or 2 of those 1 of 5s, and I'd like to see more come out. And I want us to be the ones to pull it, you know, because the longer these sit on the market, the sooner their price goes up. Because other people are going to catch on to this. They're going to be like, wait a second. I don't see OP5 in your menu. That's right. OP5's not in the menu. Neither is OP9. OP13 is. We are. OP13, last sale on the manga Luffy was like $32,000. I think our price is pretty fair at 38 actually. Take a look at that. Now, if we sold OP5 today, it might be something like $75 a pack. I don't know if I'm wanting to sell it or just let it age more. I actually do not know. There we have it. Don't these look nice? These are really nice. All right. That's Topps Naruto. How many left in the rocket split? How many left in the rocket split? Oh, the rocket split was moving real fast. Might be like 3 or 4 people left for that. I gotta look into it. All right, so these Naruto packs, I believe, are 54 a piece. Love this sharp, brand new marker. So when you buy this, this is more of a premium product. You walk away with 8 gradable cards, though, and a chance for a really low numbered rare card. We've discovered that when it gives out numbered cards, they're all pretty low. The numbers are small, making it a low pop item. So if we head over to Topps Naruto, yes, it is 54. I did that right. Okay. Naruto 54. That's one of those new packs on the menu. We also have this Nikkei. This is a really, really, really popular product. I just seem to sell out of it constantly. I can't keep this in stock. We just got yet another case of it, and I'm thinking already about getting another case because it's so weirdly popular. I almost don't understand it. But this is Nikkei English, and it's first edition. All right, put a 9 here. This is first edition, right? How do I tell? All right, put it there. Isn't there a reprint coming for OP13? OP13, EB3, confirmed, getting reprints. Yeah, I think that's not a surprise, the reprints. The question is, will it change much of the price of the good? But that was something that I was talking about. I was saying, well, you know, OP13 just came out, and so they're definitely reprinting it. I mean, they reprint all the sets, so all the sets that do well get reprinted anyways. But will it change the price much is the question. And I actually have my doubts, because when a card hits that record sale price of, like, let's say 32,000, that imprints into the memory of people that once upon a time there's someone out there, there's a market out there demanding it at this ridiculous valuation. And I wouldn't anticipate that love for the card is gone, although maybe there's more of them available. Here's Ascended Heroes. Let me do some research. We just got a little bit more Ascended Heroes, and emphasis on just a little bit more. So some more arrived. Everyone I bought this from is not shipping it to me. All right, let me search. Yeah, we're staying at $20. We're staying at $20. I'm looking at my competitor. He doesn't even have it. He sold out. Hold on, let me see this as well. Crazy, bro. Give me a second. Okay, I can unmute this now. All right. So we're gonna stick to the current price for the moment. I got just a small bit of it in, so we have more. We have about 36 packs of it. That's what we officially have. Can't wait for those ETBs to launch, because it might change everything when the ETBs start coming out. They might be coming soon. It might drop down by like $2 when the ETBs come out. So those are my thoughts, but I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's what might happen. What else is really interesting? Anything really interesting happening on the channel? Well, of course, we got the Nihil Zero. You guys know about Nihil Zero. This is the latest Japanese set. And by the way, we haven't pulled the top card out of here. The top card out of here, I believe, is the Altart Meowth, right? Gotta be careful, because I almost call him Mew. Altart Meowth. We have not pulled that out of here. So, looking to do that. We also have the Korean Mega Dream added to the menu, which has been doing insanely well. Shoot, do I even have it over here? Mega Dream has been doing insanely well. I've sold almost a full case of this. So this is similar to Ascended Heroes. It's got the top chase pulls in it. It doesn't have some of the ARs, but this is only $7.50. And as a result of that, it's very fun to open. Okay, so that's a top set. This and Naruto are top sets for sure. Okay, so those are some of the latest sets on the menu. I don't know if I can think of anything else. Can you guys think of anything else we recently added? Looks like the focus has been on One Piece. I mean, we have the fresh box of OP13s. So the OP13 Japanese are restocked. And that was a little while ago. So those are $11 each. So this has been restocked. This is a fresh case. Nothing big has come out of the case yet. So it's a hot case. Okay, so that's $11 for people who are chasing after One Piece. So you can see our focus has been Pokemon, One Piece, a little bit of Weiss. That's been the variety. Also, this Topps Naruto has been a big deal. Topps Naruto. We got Dragon Ball SB2. That was another thing we added. This has been very, very popular, if not a little pricey, but it's very, very popular. So this guy's sitting at a whopping $20. I think if it was cheaper, he'd just sell through really rapidly. We are. The reason I say that is because he already was doing that. So we were going to run out of it pretty fast. So there we have it. Ooh, 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 ooh. Like candy, isn't it? It's like candy. It's crazy. We are. Somebody was complaining that our pack split was too much like a raffle on Instagram or something like that. And all I can think is like, how can you complain about my pack split, which I think is pretty harmless fun, when you got these companies selling you like this $11 booster pack, and the reason you're buying it is because you know you might pull out like a $10,000 card. How's that not a raffle? How's this not a raffle? Is it because you get like a holographic card in some bulk? That's what makes it not a raffle? I mean, that's ridiculous. It's all raffles. These are all raffles. Various priced. Everyone knows why you're opening it. You're not opening it for like the 10 cents of bulk and the 50-cent holo card. You're opening it because you're trying to pull a $1,000 card out or more. That's why. It's a very interesting thing to complain about when the very nature of the booster packs is to be sort of like a slot machine gamble, isn't it? So I wouldn't even call it a raffle. I'd call it like a slot machine gamble. So, you know, people who like opening up a lot of cards, it's degeneracy, but that's what we like. It's entertainment. We come here, we have fun. You're not going to take your money with you when you die. I can tell you that. None of it goes with you. So we're just having fun after we've worked hard, and that's what life's about. Let me go ahead and put this somewhere. Let's see. Let's put it here. All right. Did my order go through? Let me take a quick look. I think I saw that your order did not go through earlier. Let's check now. Hey, it did go through. All right, Mr. John. Let me start with John's order, everyone. Glory of Team Rocket, 1-pack Japanese. Ooh, all right. And you wanted 15 of these? Sounds great. If they complain about giveaways or breaks, they truly need to get a life. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. I think it's a conversation about the inherent RNG nature of Pokemon card pack opening and anything associated with it, which might include breaks or splits or any of those fun things. It's all RNG, right? Like, people understand that. Like, you're not opening these because you want the bulk. You're opening these because you want Mewtwo. You know, you want the Alt-Art Mewtwo worth like, I don't know what he's worth in Japanese. Probably he's like 600 in Japanese if I had to guess. Here we go. That's what my truffle nose suggests to me. Let's snip this up. If they're complaining, hey, mister, do you sell one-piece bulk? Sort of. I sell bulk boxes. What I do is I don't sort the bulk at all from anything. It all just gets dumped in a box with no padding. And then that just goes right out. And so I have a gentleman who buys all the bulk from me, but he buys all the bulk from me. So Korean, Chinese, Dragon Ball bulk, all of it, whatever it is, Weiss bulk. He never complains with what he gets. He just buys tons of it. Spot Ops. He's got an order for 20 cases of bulk, and he and I worked out a deal on that. And then I just fulfill that, and then later on he goes, you know what? I want more of that. So it's pretty wild, actually. He says he's a guy with autism who just loves sorting cards all day. I don't know what I believe, because I'm trying to figure out where's he getting his money from to buy these. Here's, ooh, Kangaskhan. Very nice. I'm wondering if he's got like some kind of way to sell them. That's what I'm trying to say. Ooh, but he says he loves them. Here's a Sneasel. Here's the Olivetti. Mister, you think about GameStop ETB is now 160, target 150. Ooh, what are you talking about? Hold on. Mister, what do you think about GameStop ETB being 160 and target being 150? Can you tell me which ETB you're talking about? William Wafter, hey, what's up? Oh, he's saying, hey, how you doing, Mr. Ivan? How's it going, Mr. Ivan? Hope you're having a great day. Here we are. I'm collecting the master set. Bulk is my interest as well. So you can get in contact with me and we could sell you some bulk boxes if you'd like. I don't mind, but I don't like to sort them. It's just not worth my time. Like if I had to work on the bulk, like if I had to sit down and sort the bulk out, at some point, I'd rather just throw it right in the trash. That's how I feel about it. The bulk is not something I've ever, well, when I first started my stream 7 years ago, I did work on the bulk and it made me a little bit of money to work on it. But over the years, I just realized, man, I am so much better off if I take an hour and just do a submission, or take an hour and just go live, or take an hour and just make videos showing what I have for sale, or take an hour and list $100 slabs on eBay. You know what I'm saying? So there's all this much more important work than bulk cards. Bulk cards don't really make you much money. Much of it's eaten up in the shipping label, like 20 bucks for a shipping label, you know what I mean? And it takes a while to pack the box up and to tape it up, and I'm sure the mailman doesn't love it. And then you make like a little bit of money. And it takes so much time. It's just not worth it. Mr. John. So my system gets rid of the bulk boxes very fast. And if it was too slow, I'd probably just toss them in the dumpster. There we go. We get rid of the bulk as fast as we can. So, Mr. John, you get a Kangaskhan. Sorry, bro. That's pretty rough, actually. Let me put you on that 151 giveaway, okay? We got a 151 booster pack giveaway. Sorry about that, John. John, if that had been Houndoom, that wouldn't have been so bad. But that was Kangaskhan. It's a great conversation, the whole bulk thing. You can actually take bulk and sell that bulk to a bulk buyer. I've done that before too. So there are companies that are bulk buyers, but they give you, oh man, they give you just a fraction of a penny for bulk. They're so greedy with the price. So it's pretty amazing. They are buying up bulk for ridiculously low pricing. And then I don't know exactly what they do with it. They probably process it. They probably send it to like TCG Player. And then they probably liquidate the garbage through like repacks or something like that. I don't know what they do. I only remember the boosters from Pokemon as a kid. Lol, I keep seeing YouTube videos and now I want to get back into it. Hell yeah, dude. Well, join the crowd. That's what everybody's doing. That's the most popular product in the world right now. You know, I was watching a video from Bloomberg. You guys ever watch Bloomberg or The Economist or any of those great, world news companies that talk about the economy? You guys ever watch that? So I was watching the Bloomberg talk about how there's going to be this crash, this market crash in a product you don't think about very often called vintage art, classic art. Boomers, baby boomers, are getting older every year, and they're kind of passing away. And it's a sad thing. You know, it's very tough, but they leave behind their inheritance. And a lot of that inheritance might include fine art, which no one's buying. So they paid all this money for some pretty painting from Van Gogh or some goofy thing like that, and then it goes to auction for like a fraction of its original value, because as it turns out, millennials don't buy it. No one's buying it. Gen X isn't buying it. They can't afford it or they don't want it. And millennials certainly aren't buying it. We're buying Pokemon. So all this fine art is hitting the market, and they can't figure out what to do about it because it's these massive losses. And that market's crashing right now. Isn't that interesting? It would take the same amount of time putting in the actual cardboard boxes. But that's a really interesting conversation, you know, because we're talking about how there's demand even for like bulk cards right now with Pokemon. People want even the bulk. The demand, the insanity for Pokemon's so high. And here we have our friend Mr. Sir Wood the Hunt, and he's like, I used to open cards as a kid and I'm nostalgic for it now. And that was my original prediction for Pokemon. That was why I said I want Pokemon, not stocks. I want Pokemon, not crypto. I want Pokemon, not bonds, not any of those other things. I said I wanted Pokemon because I said the millennials are going to choose Pokemon. And I think I was right. It's been 7 years, and I feel very right about that decision. So I was very lucky to gobble up some of these cards. It was a gamble. It was a gamble. They could have dropped, actually. We didn't know what was going to happen for sure, but it was a gamble, and it worked out. It is. What's the best Pokemon decks? I think he means sets, right? The best Pokemon sets? Well, if you are wanting to relive your childhood, I'd go after your favorite childhood cards first. That's what I would do. All right, so let's see what else we got. Thank you so much, John Reagan. Appreciate the order. Your purchases give us our entertainment. Thanks, guys. Here's Louis Laura. Hey, mister, hope you're doing well. I'd like 2 of the English OP14s. You got it. All right. So OP14 is officially here. And I'm going to move it away from Royal Bloodline so I don't pick that up. They look very similar. They both have purple colors. Here we are. All right, Azure C7, OP14, and EB4 in this set. If I were, he says, I kept all my bulk as a kid, and now all my base and first edition are worth money. Damn, bro, that's lucky. That's great. That's really cool. I get really sad. I had a really impressive Pokemon card collection as a kid. I was the last one to collect cards in our neighborhood. And so near the end, and the end was really Neo Destiny, right? So everybody was virtually stopping collecting around Neo Destiny. It was just me and my friend Vincent. We were still collecting. And near the end, I was just swallowing up everyone else's collections. Because once people were getting bored of it, they didn't see any value to it. They didn't know, in the year 2026, it was going to explode in value again. So it was just sort of perceived as this dumpy toy that you once wasted a lot of money on, and now you don't want it. So I was just gobbling everyone's collection up for nothing, for pennies. And I had this fantastic Pokemon card collection. And when I ran away from home at 17, I didn't take it with me because I didn't take anything with me. I just kind of put on my sandals and left, and that was it. Actually, what I grabbed was some private writings because I didn't want my family getting a hold of them, and some clothing, and that was it. Basically what I could carry in my arms. But I used to have like this multiple fat folders of cards. And I guess they sold those. They didn't send them to me after I left. They sold them and kept the money. Just awful. Here's Jinbei. They should have given it to me. It's my property. Here it is. But so luckily in life though, things have been all right. I'm very blessed, I guess you could say, or lucky, or whatever you want to say, to have many of those cards back in my possession now as PSA 10s. And honestly, even better cards than ever before. Dracule. Ooh. But I would have liked to have seen those old cards. It's weird. You have a nostalgia for them that comes from being the one who owned it originally, So that I can't re-experience that in particular. Here's Lewis. Let's go find your stuff, Lewis. I wonder whatever happened to them. What's weird is my dad had a really good card collection too. And I wonder what they did with his stuff. I bet they sold his stuff too, and that was a big mistake. It is. Ooh. I feel for you, mister. My ex legitimately sold all my old consoles when I left. Lucky I had brought all my games with me. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Well, people want money and they don't care about you, and they get greedy. They go, well, maybe they don't hate you, but they get greedy for sure. They go, maybe I need to make some money today. That's what they do. They go, you know what? They probably wanted me to sell this and make $50. Here's Miss Kayla Taylor, 2 Minecraft Hobby, 2 Korean Rocket, 2 Japanese Mega Symphony, 2 Junk Packs, 2 KU Harry Pooter. Harry Pooter? Oh my gosh. All right, let's start putting this together. So now you're digging into a different Minecraft set. It's called the Minecraft Hobby set. It's quite a bit more expensive. Let's see where I was hiding. I don't know where I keep it. Minecraft Hobby. Where's this being kept? I gotta locate it because we haven't sold it in a little while. Let's see. It's a very good set, by the way, but it just costs more because it does. I should look into restocking it because when I restock it, that might lower the price. That happens, Oh, this is sold out. Look at this. So that was a base set box. That's gone. I'm telling you guys, I've had to restock Minecraft multiple times over time because it always eventually sells out. People like the Minecraft cards. Everyone played Minecraft. Who didn't play it? Their kids play it. Let's see. Not in here. Although, let's move these over. So I'm looking for it. Let's try this box right here. Is this it? I found it. So here they are. The Minecraft Hobby Packs give you a chance for numbered cards, and they're printed by Panini as well. Very nice. 2 of the Korean Rocket. So this is Team Rocket, but printed in the Korean language, and so they're shockingly affordable. They're like super mega cheap. And we sold a lot of these when we first added it to the menu. It's slowed down for a little while now, but those are mega cheap. 2 Japanese Mega Symphonies next. Let's find the Mega Symphonies. These have been a solid seller the whole time. People still buy these. Mom, get out of my room. I'm playing Minecraft. Mom, get out of my room. 2 junk packs, 2 KUs. Let's grab those KUs. All right, so these are very, very cheap. I think I'm selling these at a loss, these Harry Potter cards. And then 2 junk packs. Grab my junk pack box. We got 1 junk pack, and we got 2 junk packs. What do junk packs have in them? Just junk. It's not good. It's like bad stuff. But people buy it anyways for fun. So I guess I keep restocking them. Actually, we've sold out of these like 4 times now. And then I fill a huge holder, takes on like 50 or 60 packs of them. And then those sell out too. So they're just weirdly popular, I guess. So let's get this started. All right, this is Miss Kayla Taylor's order. You ready? At a loss, you're Richie Rich. You could eat the loss. You have a jet, I hear. Who's got a jet? Not me. We are. All right. Snip enough. Snip. This music's way too catchy. Mr. Stop. Check your email, mister. And GameStop is 160. 2 Mega Simps and 4 Harry Potters. Oh, okay. Well, you can have the bonus Mega Simp pack for free. It's not a big deal. And we'll get another Harry Potter pack. I might have read it wrong. Did I read it wrong? 2 Mega Simps, 4 Harry Potters. I probably just read it wrong. Let me grab this real fast. I'm only human after all. All right, little mistake there, but we always take care of you. So here's the missing Harry Potter, and you keep the bonus Mega Simp. All right. Boop. World famous scissors. Yeah, the story on the scissors, I've told it before. I was still running full time. Look how dirty that handle is. It actually looks kind of gross, doesn't it? Maybe we should wash it. Should I wash it, or should I keep the muck on the scissors? It seems like it's sort of like, it's like the flavoring in your cast iron skillet. Like, you don't want to remove the flavor, do you? But the story goes like this. I was still running the TheCardconomist channel full time. So I was playing video games for like 8 hours a day over there. And we would get many millions of views over there per month. I mean, it was a really, really exciting, successful channel. But I was doing this now, and this became a big deal. All of a sudden, I was getting like an additional 4 hours of streaming, and it was all pack opening, and I was opening them by hand. But I was beginning to have this problem where my hands were actually getting like carpal tunnel and joint pain. Like, I was really hurting. My hands were really hurting from opening hundreds of packs and gaming for like 8 hours. So I had to have a solution to this. And I said, well, if I just snip the tops off the packs, maybe that's less work on my hands. That was where it all started. And it ended up being that the scissors were actually like an easier way to open the packs. And fascinatingly enough, it seemed like it was better for the cards too, because when you're ripping packs open really fast, one at a time, you might not realize this, but you can damage the cards inside pretty fast from that. It's hard to damage them with the scissors. The scissors get a nice clean cut, and the cards just slide right out. So it's like Hank Hill saying clean burning propane. It's like that. When you snip the tops off, it's like this clean opening. Ooh, I like this Alakazam. Look at that, guys. Wow, that's cool. I forgot he was in there. I might have to buy a couple of those. All right, and a cold one. What about Quake? Snip the Packs is a great channel name. Yes, Unreal was sick back in the day. Oh, hey, is Mr. Sirwood the Hunt. How's it going, man? Anyone here ever play Unreal Tournament 1999? Muck on the Scissors adds character. It's the seasoning on your grill. Remember we talked about grilling the other day? Isn't that gross? People will cook with the grill, and they'll just be covered in, like, sin or something like that, right? It's like, you know, the roasted souls of hamburgers past. And people will just start cooking on that, and they'll get all that black, crusty stuff all over your hamburger, and you're like, that's fine. Tastes great. It's like, I guess. You don't do that with any other food cooking item, right? You ever see that? Like, people go to the park. You ever see one of those? Ooh, look at this. So you've got iron ingot. Is it numbered? Yes, it is. Wow, that's pretty fast. Look at that. Her first pack, she immediately gets a numbered card. Iron ingot. Out of 475, a little bit more rare. than the Naruto cards, which are dropping 5s, 10s, and 25s. But look at that. Pretty cool. All right, I'll top load this one for you. So, but what was I saying? Oh, yeah, you ever go to the park and they got like the hot dog stand or a hot dog grill, and you start to use it and you just, or you watch somebody else using it and you can see all of the nasty stuff all over the grill, like the bird poop and the dead leaves and all this other stuff. And you just know people are not cleaning that, they're just eating it. It's like, bro, we are. I mean, if it doesn't kill you, it doesn't kill you, but nah, dude. Yeah, look at this camel and, ooh, the Enderman. See how nice these are? All right. That's what the wire brush is for, or put foil on top. We are. I hear foil is actually cancer-causing. Did you guys hear about that? Foil has carcinogens in it, and we've just been using foil all these years as a society. What doesn't give you cancer, right? But no, seriously, like, like heavy metals and stuff leak out of the foil, and you're not supposed to digest it. We've got diamond, we've got ender dragon, we've got ghast. All right, so pack number 2 is a typical cold pack. Pretty cool. If you don't believe me, look it up, okay? All right. Just use half an onion. So much muck. Looks like Mister was trimming weed with those. That's right. Wait a second. Trimming weed? Let's go ahead and pop this up. No, those are 7-year scissors that get used every single day of the week for multiple hours. So those are well-used scissors. You know, there was a point where the scissors felt like they were getting dull, and I don't know what happened, but they're feeling sharp again. Ooh, Hagrid. So the scissors are feeling nice and sharp. They just cut right through the packs. They just melt like butter. And I don't know what causes that. Maybe it's because packs are also metal or something. I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of physics going on there. But I could have sworn they were getting dull, and now they are not feeling dull at all. Rubbing half a potato will make your grill non-stick naturally. All right, let's see. Here we are. Now I want some clean burning propane. Here's, we've got Minerva McGonagall. We are. All right. You know, it is funny how obsessed Hank Hill's character is with propane. It's so bizarre. And then I turn around and I'm hyper obsessed with what I sell. I kind of relate to it almost. It is. It's almost like a way of life or a religion, selling the cards or having cards. It is not really truly a religion, but, you know, it's like it's like you've committed your life to it to a certain degree. All right. I like it better when they're in these sleeves. Last pack, you ready? Here goes. Cooking with foil is very bad for us. All right, so you've got Hedwig here. Ooh, Hedwig. Hedwig's like an owl and stuff. Scissor Fairy came at night and sharpened it. That's what I'm thinking. There we go. The Scissor Fairy. Aluminum foil, you're saying, is bad? Yeah, apparently they found out. You know, that one actor, he just passed away from colon cancer, and so everyone's trying to figure out what's giving us colon cancer. We're not all 100% sure. There's all these theories. And so nowadays, people are more sensitive to, like, what is it? What's in the environment that's killing us? Well, one of the things might be cooking your food with aluminum foil. Not good for you, apparently. Look it up. All right. And it's never a surprise, by the way. Whenever you discover something's bad for you, you're like, duh. Yeah, like, wait a second. Why am I putting metal on top of my food so that the food and the metal touch each other, and then we just roast that for 4 hours? Like, why would you want to eat metal? Or, you know, like putting food dyes, chemical food dyes, or preservatives in your food. Like, wait a second, why am I eating formaldehyde? Like, duh, of course this isn't good for me. It doesn't kill you right away, but, you know, it's got all these hormone disruptors, and it's got all this inflammation-causing stuff for your digestion system. It's just really bad stuff. And so the more we figure out, the more it always leans this way. Anything man-made, anything sort of like dyes and chemicals and stuff you're not normally supposed to ever consume, the more you associate that with your food, the more it turns out those things are super harmful. All right, sweet piano. Death gaze. Yeah, every time I hear about the next thing that you're not supposed to be consuming or rubbing on your body, I just go, oh, yeah, of course. Like, your clothing is made out of plastic. Did you guys know that? If it doesn't say 100% cotton, if it's anything other than 100% cotton or 100% wool, you're wearing plastic, like Walmart trash bag plastic. There's no difference. Go online and watch how India produces your clothing. The first thing they do is they take a bunch of garbage plastic and they, oh my gosh, it's ray gun. They take a bunch of garbage plastic and they grind it down into bits, and that's where your clothing comes from. They then spin that into a type of yarn, and that is where all of our modern clothing is coming from. So you can't tell, but it's actually trash plastic. That's what it is. Super low quality plastic. And you rub that against your body all day, and your body absorbs that. Or the, you know, the clothing cleaner. We're just talking about stuff is harmful right now. The clothing cleaners we use, like Tide. So we mix all this garbage into our clothing. Our clothing absorbs it like a sponge. And then we wear that all day long. And so Tide seeps into our body through our skin. And it's like bleach. You're just seeping bleach slowly. You're like, it's leaking into your skin. Like, what are we doing? All right, that's from Miss Kayla Taylor. Very, very fascinating stuff. The more you learn about it, the more you go, yikes. Yikes, I'm just a chemical consumer for the chemical products that they put out there, you know? All right, here we go. You never think you'll be a victim of it, but then the more you learn about it, you're like, that's all I've been consuming. So, Kayla, you're pretty active. I'm going to move this baggie over here. Let's see. Who's this? CS Man? Okay, CS Man can go here. And Kayla's going to be moved right here. There we go. We split your box in half so that the upper portion is empty now. And now we're ready to put more cards into it. We use high-quality stainless steel and cast iron. Also stopped using a microwave. I haven't heard anything about microwaves, I guess. But, yeah, the pots and pans is another one, guys. There's extremely harmful chemicals in your pots and your pans. And so as you cook with them, those chemicals break off of the surface of the pan and then seeps into your food, and you eat it. And they're called, like, forever chemicals because once they're in your body, they actually get trapped in your body. They don't ever come out. And they're apparently super toxic and super cancer-causing. And, you know, so when you go shopping for a pot, anytime you go down the aisle and you look at the pots, they all say, chemical-free, chemical-free. We don't have, not made with any BPH or whatever, you know what I mean? They're all saying the same thing, and that should raise a huge red flag for you because you should be realizing that these companies are just willy-nilly using chemicals, and they don't report it and they don't stop using it until they get caught. It's so bad, you know, like they don't care until you care. They don't care until there's tons of reports saying, oh yeah, this is where the cancer is coming from. Then they go, oh wait, we removed it. Then they remove it. They go, oh wait, no. You can buy our stuff. It's safe. It's safe. It's safe. We removed it. Yeah, right, bro. We are. So nowadays you got to be like some kind of paranoid schizo when you go shopping for stuff if you don't want to eat all the chemicals for breakfast, or if you want to live, you know, a slightly less chemical life, and you have to feel almost like a weirdo, you know, like, am I being paranoid? You know, you have to be like, do I care too much? All right, there we go. But then you hear about shocking statistics like, you know, colon cancer is now the #1 cancer in young people. We're talking millennials, okay? Not like 15-year-olds, but like the #1 cancer for people under the age of like 50 is colon cancer now. It's intestinal. So then you're like, well, okay, well then what's causing that? Right? You start going on your little hunt to figure it out, and you start learning things. And it's like, it's pretty, it's like stressful to learn about it all. All right, here we are, 45 for the Whooper. Whoa, the screen's so blue now. I love it when it's blue. What a nice color. Just put an order in, says Spark the Grizzly. Those oils are yucky. Back to good old ghee, beef tallow, and butter. We use a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of avocado oil. I don't do beef tallow. I don't do ghee. Sometimes I do a little bit of butter. We are. All right. Okay. Actually, the idea of cooking in oil is kind of you know, you don't have to cook a lot of foods with oil. Turns out you can just bake a lot of things. So it's like you want to make, what's a great example? Like bacon. Bacon's not exactly good for you. You don't have to cook it in a pan and cook it in its own fat. You can put it on like a fat dripping rack and put it in your oven, and the fat all drips off. And you know, you can do that with a lot of food items. You don't have to cook in butter or anything. So it's really interesting. We all developed a belief that this is the way to cook a particular item, you know. All right, Mr. Ivan says that the price went up on Ascended Heroes. Crazy. Here's Mark J. Valerian for 1 pack of Pokemon XY Evolutions. All right, sounds good. Ooh, look at that. Beef bacon. Oh, we tried that. I thought it was terrible. Beef bacon, I tried that. It was like, I don't know. It was almost like beef deli meat, but way fattier, like greasier, not like yummy fatty, not like pork belly fat, but like just like greasy beef. Like you didn't drain the oil out of your ground beef. I don't know. I didn't like it. Here's Machop, Weedle, Doduo, Staryu, Onyx, Doug Trio. So we tried that for the first time, and then we said, all right, we don't need to try this anymore. Beedrill it is. So Beedrill's your rare, and Doug Trio is your reverse hollow rare. Thank you so much. This was a $76 booster pack, guys. There we are. Pretty crazy these days, huh? Wow. Classic card. Look how strong Machop was. Damn, dude, he was lifting. Like this Onyx. I'm going to put the Onyx in the front. Evolutions, I have a whole box of these. Yeah, love it. Been trying to start eating healthier, keep making efforts, and every time I feel like I get somewhere, I discover another thing I'm eating isn't healthy. Stuff is ridiculous, honestly. Yeah, absolutely. It's all, the term they use is processed. That's the term, isn't it? And it's all processed, isn't it? Like, even like the frozen hamburgers. You're like, what could be wrong with it? It's just ground beef frozen. Nope. It's the whole long list of preservatives in the beef. So that'd be shelf stable. You're just consuming garbage. So, the number one thing they want to do is sell you a product, not sell you, healthy food medicine. They want to sell you a product. And so they want to be able to sell frozen beef that lasts for like 7 years so that they can keep it on the shelf for 7 years and not worry about, well, we had to throw some of it away. It went bad. They don't want to do that. That's waste prevention. So waste prevention includes serving you up some preservatives. There we go. All right. Which is one of the theories as to why everyone's getting colon cancer or just like bad digestion or something. All right. Is Chipotle healthy? Probably not. Better than 0 sealed packs. I've 1 sealed pack. Scalpers are trash. Says yum, yum, get you some. Hey, what's up? Yum, yum, get you some. Let's see. Evolutions, I have a whole box of this. I heard the average apple on the grocery store rack is over a year old. That might be true. I think they harvest them early and then let them sort of like age or something like that, like ripen. I don't know if it's a whole year, though. Onions is like a year, though, isn't it? All right, next up we have Nicholas Pacheco. He is next. He says a Tops Naruto. You got it. All right, Tops Naruto. Ooh, look at that. Chipotle is a better option. It's better than a lot of options. We are. I'm going to use Chipotle way. Remember that, South Park? Okay. 1 of 1. Here we come. Oh my gosh, look, it's a 2 of 5. I'm telling you. So these sets are handing out these really low pop numbered cards. And I think what it means is they did not print a lot of these. That's got to be what it means. Think about it. We're not running into 1 in 100, are we? We're not running into 1 in 100. We're running into 2 and 5s. This has got to be a short printed set. It's got to be. All right, so we've got an invitation from Sound. We got the Ninetales. We got Sasuke. Here's what's interesting about numbered cards. They can't reprint them. They're not allowed to. Here's Kidomaru, Shikamaru, Haku, and Tobirama Senju. They're not allowed to reprint these. That's how numbered sets work. They print them one time. That's why when you look at the Magic the Gathering sets, they go up in price so high because when they got numbered cards in them, they're just printing them one wave, and that's it. All right, congratulations, man. I do think Qdoba is way better. One of my favorite restaurants. Must have had a short print run. Want the 1 of 1 so bad? Yeah, I know. So my conclusion's the same. They're pretty much only handing out 5s, 10s, and 25s. I don't think we've seen a 50. So think about how short of a print run that had to have been. It had to have been really short. All right, so Mr. Nicholas Pacheco, let's find your bag. I think you've got like your whole box over here. Here it is. Yeah, I think if you pull a 1 of 1 of these, it's going to do well. Even organic apples and bananas. Sure. All right, let's see. Says who the law. Are we hopping? The company is doing the right thing about reprinting. Oh, no, I don't think they need like legal rules on how to reprint. It's just how it's designed. Think about it. Let's say they print 1 of 5, 2 of 5, 3 of 5, 4 of 5, and 5 of 5 of a particular card, right? Well, if they reprinted that card and two of them showed up on the internet on like eBay, same character, they're both 2 of 5 hollows, people would know it got double printed, and this would tank the value of the company because people would perceive them as dirty cheaters. So that's why those numbered cards are so valuable. Topps is committing to you that we're only printing this card with the number on it 5 times. It's a 1 of 5. So that's why those have such a higher value than a standard card, which can just be easily reprinted over and over again. So it's sort of like an industry standard. And Topps is not going to damage their brand just to resell, a print wave of Naruto. They're not going to hurt their whole majestic brand for that. That's their golden goose, is the promise that they're not reprinting it. That's why they have value. All right. And yes, and the internet does not run into doubles of those. So here's Lamar. He says, English One Piece, OP10, Royal Blood. All right. So Royal Blood sold, ironically. So 4 of these. You got it, man. That was the one I was saying won't sell. Or no, I didn't say it won't sell. I said it had not sold. And now we're selling some of it. There it is. What's the one group of people you aren't allowed to talk about? White people. I'm just kidding. Let's start snipping it out. You've been on the internet too much, Mr. Russ. We're gonna have to give you a break. What's one group of people you aren't allowed to talk about? Clintons, the undesirable, allowed. Makes sense. I have trust issues. Yeah, I understand, man. We all got trust issues. We are. All right, we'll snip these. Yeah, they don't want to damage their brand reprinting a simple, like anything really. It would basically be a huge scandal if they did that. All right, we'll throw this away. Now, what do we got? What they could do is they could reprint it, and they could begin to release 1 in 75 and 1 in 100. But then you and I have the good ones. We have the 1 in 5s, which are the more desirable numbers. Or the 1 in 1s, if we're lucky, guys. We got to pull that. Don Quixote do Flamingo. So I suppose they could do a reprint, but they would be forced to release higher numbers. So we're getting the good ones. Here's some of these. All right. We have Ikanya apologized, and he's back. Here's... Ooh, sugar. Look at that, man. That's neat. All right. Let's see. I don't know, man. Here we go. Leo and Virgo. That guy went crazy for a while, huh? Who's to say he's not still crazy and he's just saying that? Here's Lamar with an L. Lamar Hughes. Ooh. So 1 full art, sugar. OP13 and EB3 reprints confirmed. Yes. That's right. I already knew that was going to happen. I was saying that at the time. I was saying this product can't sell for such a high amount and not receive a reprint. Speaking of reprints, let's talk about my reprint of the Jumbo Pack Break. Here it is. The Jumbo Pack Break. Look how nice and friggity fat it is. It's so fat, like booty cheeks fat. Lots of booster packs in there. This is a break. The goal is to pull all of these packs for $40. Sarah Dusenberry is in there, and Miss Beatrice is in there. We need 2 more people. Okay, that's Sarah Dusenberry and Beatrice. 2 more people for the Jumbo Pack Break to go off. The other exciting thing is the binder break, which we have not added anything new to today. So Miss Alexandra's already in there, and we've already got a lot of exciting cards in there, like these 3 right here, which are pretty valuable just to start us off. Pokemon Go, Radiant Venusaur, Heart Gold Soul Silver, Whiscash, it's kind of cute. Bunch of poker cards. Those are always nice. Snorlax, probably grading 10. Venusaur, probably grading 10. Charmeleon, probably grading 10. Wigglytuff, Doduo, Classic. This is probably grading 10. This is probably grading 10. Some of these, Taruka, that's the name of that. Some Topps Chrome 100 Disney. Magmar First Edition. In great condition, but he doesn't look like a 10. Here's Nidoran, Charizard, Rayquaza. Here's a little kitty cat girl. Here's a little... This appears to be Metazoo First edition something. I don't know what it is. And Kuromi. I don't know Metazu that well, to be honest. All right. So I got to add something to this. That's my job. We got to add a little more to it every day until it's so exciting that you go, I want in that. I'm Jewish, and Kanye didn't hurt my feelings. Here, let's see. So here we go. We're going to add these two cute hollows. This hollow, this hollow, this hollow. This guy, this guy, this guy, and this golden energy card. So that's supposed to be a hit from a Japanese box. That'll be some filler. So there we go. There's some filler. Let's also add, in the vet again, Melanie was having trouble breathing. Oh, no, dude. I'm sorry. You got a really sick cat, huh? That's no good, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's see. Dude, when that little kitty the little town kitty got taken back, Karis was so sad. She was like devastated. There we are. She was sad when we rehomed the other kitties too. There we are. Very nice. But part of that was actually a little stress relieving too, because they were causing some serious asthma problems for me. Put one of these in here. That's pretty cute. Okay, and what else shall go in? I hear you guys just want a nice hot one. Is that right? What happened to your cats? Do you have the white one anymore? So we were having problems with those kitties, and we rehomed them. We are. The cats, it turned out I have like a severe allergy to cat urine. I have a really, really severe allergy to it. It'll make me cough nonstop. And one of the cats liked going pee wherever she felt like. Ooh, classic collection. Ooh, classic collection. Ooh, classic collection. Ooh, classic collection. Ooh, Raichu. So we were having some pretty serious problems with the cats doing that, and decided to rehome them as a result and clean the house. And that we did that. We cleaned the house. My coughing went away. It was really nice. And then there's like this time period where this neighborhood cat just magically starts visiting. So she's sad for a little while, and then there's these outdoor cats, and she's like petting them and feeding them and being nice to them. And then that goes away. And now we have another cat. There's now a third cat in our lives, or fourth cat if you wish. So these are XY commons. And we've had that cat for a little while, and she just correctly uses the litter box. Problem solved. So the litter box is in the garage, far, far, far away from me. And the agreement is, if I ever start having, the same issues, like really bad coughing from exposure to cat urine again, which I haven't, if you've paid attention, I've not had that problem. If we run into that problem again, we'll rehouse that kitty too. So she knows that's the agreement. Azure, Emolga, those are nice. All right, so this is even fatter. I don't know how fat this has to be before people decide to take a $40 shot at this, but it's pretty fat now. Ammonia, I cleaned the litter box out at our home. Yeah, so we had 2 cats, and that's a lot of cat urine. And we had these big cat litter boxes, and the cats were doing this thing where they would just go to the bathroom where they wanted to sometimes. And we don't know why. Like, there was no reason for that. We tried putting the cat litter box in a really nice room, and all they did was get cat litter everywhere and continue to pee wherever they feel like. And this was causing an allergic reaction. I have a severe allergic reaction to cat ammonia, it turns out. I did not know that about myself. I know it now. And as soon as we rug doctored the whole house and got rid of them, cough goes away like a miracle. And maybe that sounds kind of like, I don't know, like an overblown situation. It is so not. When you cough nonstop for a month, you kind of start to lose your mind. You start to feel like, I'm probably going to die, right? Like, this is not okay. You can't cough nonstop for a month. You start to feel like you're going to have heart problems. Your heart, like, you get like heart palpitations during the cough. And it's just like, it's like your brain can't handle it either. It's like claustrophobia even, you can't, if you had to throw up all day long, you wouldn't like that either. You would just kind of go crazy from it at some point. So they had to go. Were they spayed? Yes, they were spayed. They were spraying on stuff due to stress or being unfixed. Some cats are weird for that. Yeah, we actually caught one of them doing it. It was both of them, unfortunately, but we caught one of them just peeing on the wall, and we don't know why. She was just like a dirty cat who liked to pee on the wall. And then the other cat was an anxious cat. So they weren't both anxious, but one of them was. And she would just like take a dump in the kitchen. It's like, bro, we're not doing that. And so we basically started looking for a home for those cats, and it took several months. Found a really nice cat-loving lady. Karis basically did a lot of the work. So she found a woman who really, she's a lady who really loves cats, and she took them in, and I'm sure they're just fine. It's a woman who owns her own home. She has like a whole cat system because she already owned a few cats. So they're probably, being very well taken care of. She had like this interesting system where you can go outside as a cat because there's like a hole in the wall that's been created that leads to the outdoors. And it takes you into like this big outdoor cage. So you can go out there and play if you wish. And then she's got like 15 automatic cat litter. I'm exaggerating. She's got a couple of those automatic cat litter boxes, and she had an air ventilation system in her home. So so her windows are like propped open, and air flows out of the home all the time and pulls in fresh air. I was like, wow, man, that's really crazy that you've got all this. So it's this lady, and she had like these huge cat trees, and she had a nice big TV. She owned like 2 dogs too. So she just loves animals. So this lady, she took on the cats, and she just really loves animals, and I'm sure they're fine. All right. Poor Karis, that really sucks. She was sad about it, but also she was relieved about it too. So there was a lot of relief because, she cares about me not dying. Here's Jesus Aguilera. What's up, man? 2 packs of OP14. You got it, man. That's the story of the 2 kitties. And guess what? The cough has not returned. We were trying everything to get rid of the cough. We were trying everything we could think of. I mean, we were just going crazy trying to fix it. And it wasn't until, so we knew there was an odd cat smell in one of the rooms, and we didn't really think much of it. And then she goes in there, and just because we can't figure out what's causing the cough, we changed we have like this mega air filter. If you didn't know that, we have this mega air cleaner air filter. It costs like $700. It was this air purifier. And we're changing the vents and everything on it, the screens. We're getting it all perfect. We're running it on high quality, we're trying everything. We paid for it was like $1,000 mold test. We paid this mold test guy to come in, and he ran a machine that what it does is it sucks all the air in your house through the machine, and that air passes over Petri dishes. And then they do a lab analysis to tell you if you have mold. And that was like $1,000. And he comes back and he's like, you don't have mold. So we're just going crazy because the air purifier didn't save me, and the mold didn't save me. The mold test didn't save me. Like, we can't figure it out. And we're at a point where Karis was like, maybe we just move you out of the house for now, like to stop you from dying from coughing nonstop 24/7 from whatever it is. So she finally does a rug doctor in the room that smelled kind of like the cats. Cough goes away like overnight. There it is. I was allergic to cat ammonia. And we were looking that up, and it's a real thing. It actually shortens your lifespan. Did you guys know that? So when you live next to a cat litter box, did you know people on average have more lung cancer because they're near a cat litter box because you're not supposed to breathe? They call it basically the study, which is on the government website, sort of explained how you're living near an open sewer if you live next to a cat litter box. And it's not just the cat poop and pee itself that you're not supposed to be inhaling all day, which is why it smells bad. Your body's trying to get you away from it. But it's the actual particles from the dust from the cat litter itself is actually, it's just as bad as smoking. It's terrible for you. So Karis changes the litter with like a air filter mask on, and we keep it in the garage. But yeah, it's not good for you. And I guess I have an allergy to cats. I always knew that. If the cat scratches my skin at all, just playing, I get red, poofy skin, and really badly. That just lasts for like a day. And then if I touch my eyes at all after touching the cat, my eye will like shut down with swelling and itchiness and tears for like 4 hours. So I'm cat alert. I've got a cat allergy, and it's very strong. It's a very bad cat allergy. And the cat had peed in one of the rooms, and we just had never cleaned it because it was a hard to access room. And the moment it was clean, I was normal again. The cough went away. And so that is the second time that it happened, except the first time it had happened, I thought it was a different issue. But so what I'd done is I changed bedrooms, and the cough went away that time too. Well, it turned out what I initially thought it was, I thought it was an old wet, dry vacuum that had like mold in it. I thought that's what it was. Well, I also happened to have been sleeping near the cat litter boxes at that time. I was sleeping in the basement, That's where the cat litter boxes are kept. And so I moved to the bedroom upstairs, and the cough went away that time. So it's the cat litter, the cat ammonia. I'm hyper allergic to it. So now we have one cat, and we try very hard not to have any exposure. Here's NHCC, Mister. When it does die down a bit, this is 10 for 10 pre-grade with suggested comp to sub with. Can we focus on Rock Lee and Siggy, please? You got it, but it has not died down. Let me go ahead and grab you a store credit card. You are? No, mister, we need you. No more cats. Hey, what's up, Jeff Leon? I'm glad you guys got it sorted. Those weren't easy decisions. Yeah, it was actually really hard to do. If you didn't know that, it was really hard to do. But there's sort of this point where you make the decision that it's the best choice. And once you've made that decision, you kind of cross over that line. The stress is actually just making sure that they go into a good home. So we took like an extra few months making sure, like, we met the person, we saw the inside of their home, we talked to them at length. So once we've established that she was a nice, normal person with a nice home and money, we said, all right, the cats can go there. All right, so let me set this down as a store credit for you real fast. All right, there we go. Okay. Ever heard the theory about the crazy cat lady that has like 100 cats, like on the hoarder shows? What's the crazy theory? It's a real thing for sure. There are ladies who take on a lot of cats, and they probably should limit themselves to just a few, unless they can afford it. Here's Miss Kayla for KU Harry Pooters and 2 Korean Blue Sky Streams. All right, for these heavy pooters. Ta-da! There they are. And 2 of the Korean Blue Sky Streams. These are some of my favorite Korean cards that we offer. The Blue Sky Streams give you a chance for Rayquaza VMAX Alt Art. How many do you want? 2 of them? I made an order to ship my stuff. I made a note on where to ship it. Sounds good. That's what we'll do then. We'll use the note. All right. So here we have it. Harry Potter. But there you go. That's my story about the cats. And I learned something about myself. And so we're very, very aware of the cat's potty habits, and the cat litter box is kept very far away and very clean. So we're aware of all that stuff. Here is the blue, and 1 cat, you know, that's less cat urine. So 1 cat is a lot less than 2. 50% less, you might say. Here goes. That's cold. And that's also cold. Ah, I'm sorry. All right, 2 cold packs there. How about these hairy pooters? They set up tent and are getting more clues. One of the people who worked in Brian Kohlberger's case is working the Nancy case, but I think the sheriff really dropped the ball on this one. That they get fecal matter or too much ammonia and it changes the brain chemistry or something, and they obsess about having more cats. Oh, I've heard about that kind of stuff where there's like a cat, what is it? It's like a cat virus or something. Is that what you're talking about? Ron Weasley. Ooh, it's kind of special on the back. Ron Weasley. All right. Let's see. Maybe an alley cat. Poor cares. Asthma just makes simple things worse. Yeah. Well, you hear me sneezing a lot in here too. You know, it seems I am pretty sensitive to like the dust and all that. Here we go. Might just be who I am. Here's Ron Weasley, but he's got hair that looks more brown. Okay. So that's your rare card in the back. These always come with a bunch of other nice little cards, but these are like commons. Here are Severus Snape. There is a Steamboat Willie gold coin. Oh, that's cool. I'm not surprised by that because it's no longer copyrighted, right? So anyone can make one. All right. Speaking of Steamboat Willie, we have started a new 1935 Mickey Mouse bubblegum break. It's one of those rare bubblegum cards. I personally believe that they are underpriced as they are right now. The bubblegum cards are almost 100 years old. They're before World War II. I think it's like vintage Americana. You know, Mickey Mouse was kind of groundbreaking, the animation studio and all that. Back then, there were no animated movies anywhere in the world. Like, they didn't make movies that were animated. And Walt Disney did that with Snow White. But before he did Snow White, he tried to create a mascot, and that mascot ended up being Mickey Mouse. And so he made content a really long time ago, and he was kind of ahead of his time for that. There we go, Miss Kayla. All right, Kayla with the K. Let's grab your box. Boop. So there's a lot of vintage value to that card, a lot of nostalgia. I almost feel like the Mickey Mouse cards from 1935 have more than just a immediate collectibles value to you and me. I believe that they have sort of like a multi-generational value. Here it is. So we just started this. If you've joined the stream and you didn't catch on to it, here's Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, and they're playing Horseshoe. You can see Pluto's in this card as well. So you got three big main characters here. That Horseshoe is certainly a ringer for Mickey. Yeah, that was good comedy back then. But these came out of bubblegum packs that you could buy at the store. You would get your bubblegum, but you'd also get this card. And so this one gets a PSA 1, and that's pretty standard for these. They're again, almost 100 years old. And somehow, they don't even cost $1,000 for the card. And I believe that that is a pricing mistake. I believe the market has underestimated the value of these highly, just like vintage cards, just really old cards. There's a little Walt Disney copyright right there. This is card number 10, it looks like. Number 10, Mickey Mouse card number 10. So I've created a simple break out of this. 1 in 7 odds, $20. You can also trade cards to get in here, just like any trade. So I want to show that off a little bit. Now, Ivan Rodriguez says, Pika Burger, you want the Pika Burgers all yours, Mr. Ivan. He thinks this is a good investment. I actually agree with you, Mr. Ivan. I think this is underpriced. If the upcoming McDonald's product is not in English, if there's an English reprint of this card, this is not going to probably jump to the moon. Now, if it's not in the next McDonald's set, it might jump to the moon. That's what's interesting. So a lot of these were graded, obviously. But if there's no English reprint, this is undervalued, in my opinion. That's what people are saying. That's what I'm saying. Those are my thoughts on it. Thank you so much, Mr. Ivan. All right, let's see what's over here. So we finished Lamar Hughes on the website queue. If I hit refresh, we got John Reagan. John Reagan says, please ship here. Sounds good. All right. 1 round of shipping for Mr. John. Doobie-doobie-doobie-doo. Literally every person who's ever been in close contact with the cat, lived with the cat, has toxoplasmosis. It's a brain parasite that cats pass on to humans. It's crazy. I definitely have it. That's the term, the toxoplasmosis or something like that. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? All right. Look at that. The cat we have now is pretty good. She's really playful. There we go. She's definitely... she's nicer to Karis, actually, than the previous 2 cats were. So that's a very good sign. That was another thing. You know, one of the cats was openly mean to her. She would, like, scratch her. You could not pick her up. She would hiss. And so it's just this mean, bossy, territorial cat. And, you know, you get attached to your pets, but there's also a relief if you've had a cat that's just really mean. There's a sort of relief when she's gone. All right, let's see. Very nice. But Karish could have never gotten rid of her without me telling her, "Hey, we got to do this. I'm not going to die from coughing because of a cat." You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing that. We are. Let's see. And now I don't cough anymore. You guys are probably, if you've been around for the last couple years, you'll remember that cough because it was in the stream too. The entire stream, I had to talk with the strange voice, and I was just nonstop coughing. I would mute the mic to have a cough, and it was just a dry cough. There was nothing there, just pure dry cough. Lasted for months. It was horrifying. Definitely don't recommend it. How heavy is this? It's actually not too heavy. All right, let's try that again. What used to cough at the old... You used to cough at the old house a lot, too. The old house. That was the blue house. No, I don't think that happened at all at the blue house. It was actually right after we moved into this house that it all began. And it makes perfect sense because I moved into a new bedroom just across from the cat litter. There we go. All right. The cat litter was being kept... After we moved, the cat litter was being kept in the downstairs... bathroom. and I was living in the downstairs living room, just across from that bathroom. So there you go. All right. And that was when the cough began. I had a cough all the way back in the condo, but that was COVID. That was COVID, I'm pretty sure. All right, Mr. John, I used the address you requested. Thank you very much. Now, what do we have here? I got a message on TikTok, huh? Okay. Here's, click, an order from Miss Kayla. 2 more Korean Blue Sky Streams. You got it. So I'm going to go get a fresh box of the Blue Sky Streams real fast. Actually, I think I see a box right now. Here it is. Ugh. Cool. I don't know why that was there, but we had a fresh box right over here. Let's see. Ironically, there are people who live to over 100 that have toxoplasmosis. Their studies, it's healthy for you, although one of the main signs is higher risk taking. What? Higher risk taking? I guess. I don't know about all that. Here we are. That's right. I live a wild life because I got cats, bro. I like to live on the wild side. Meow. Why do I have this urge to pet cats now? It's the toxoplasmosis. You used to... Oh, I already read that. God dang, dude. These cards are falling over. I'll fix this real fast. All right, there we go. So that's a whole box of Blue Sky Stream, but you're getting 2 from here. And then this one goes to the front of this pile. Let's see. Chat says, I have it too. 6 cats when I first met my wife. We are now down to 2. Found a good home for the other cats. In essence, we replaced them with children. Yeah, I think when people have no children, they start to get a whole bunch of pets, and they don't realize they're lonely. And there we go. People get really crazy about having lots of pets. We know... I know somebody, she's a lesbian girl. She's with another lesbian girl. They have a household together, and they have no children. And guess what they have? Like 500 cats and dogs. And all I can think is like, you guys should just get like a baby or something. You know what I mean? Here goes. You ready? All right. I think it's loneliness. I really do. You got to fulfill a social need in your brain. There's no way around it. Here we go. 1 hollow Reggie Lucky. Whoa, what? You're rich. All right, Reggie Lucky it is. I'm making sure my note showed up. It's different from the billing address. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You should get an email, by the way, from stamps.com. Look for that in your email, stamps.com. If you don't see it in your main inbox, check your spam folder. That'll include the tracking number, and you should be able to track your package. But you'll see I used the correct address that you gave me, the one that you wanted to use in the notes. We have an order now from Mr. Emmanuel Valencia. 2 Pokemon Go packs. Hell yeah, dude. Those are so underpriced. Pokemon Go is awesome. Where's my Pokemon Go? How do I get them to Pokemon Go to the Pauls? Here we are. Pokemon Go. Hell yeah, bro. Move that up there. I wonder if I could get this open and into this box over here. Probably not. Move that over there for now. Ooh. I'm lonely, but at least I have Pokemon and Luffy D Monkey cards. He's my favorite character, Luffy D Monkey. Monkey D Luffy. There we go. Let me have a sip of this drink. I have green tea drink today. Green tea. It's in a plastic bottle. So I'm getting my daily dose of microplastics. This is my caffeinated beverage for the day. All right. So how about these Pokemon Go's? Ooh. Ooh, Charmander. Cha. Hey, this is what I'm talking about, guys. This set has so much good gradable holographics, it's not even funny. So a lot of people think that a card set is only valuable for like its major hits. But the thing is, as time goes by, Look at how the hollows and the reverse hollows become extremely valuable for that set. Oh, one of my favorites. Taiwanita. Rawr. Wow, does he look good? No, that sucks. But so as time goes by, increasingly people value the hollows from those sets. You know, the focus, because nobody bothered grading them. So not a lot of them got graded at first. Some of them got graded, but not a lot of them, because everyone just passed them over for like the alt arts. So eventually these become collectible and desirable. And this is one of the only sets in the Sword and Shield era that had stamps on them, just like the Gold Star era. So I keep telling people, so this in the 25th anniversary collection got the stamps. I keep telling people, you got to start looking at what the hollows are. And this set is awesome. It's like A tier when it comes to hollows. Yeah, it might not be like S tier when it comes to the chase cards. Like there's one alt art Mewtwo, and there's one Radiant Charizard, which gets pulled pretty easily. And there's one really interesting Ditto card that actually you can never find that one for sale. But the hollows in this set are top tier. So when this set is 10 years or 20 years old, it's going to be really expensive to open this because people are going to be grading these and valuing them. That's my thoughts on that set. Mr. Emmanuel, it's cheap right now. Now might be the time to open it. Now, wait a second. Did you have a bag? Let's see if you had a bag. So the problem with the e-boxes right now is they're being used for all this other stuff, like the binder break. There we go. Okay, so we got all that stuff out. Now the next problem is these boxes are actually really full. We got a lot of e-buyers right now. Here's Ediberto, here's Edward, here's Edward. I think Edward's ready to come out and have his own box. Here's Ernesto, Edward, Estuardo, Eric, Evertreminio. Did you have a bag? Do you remember? Let's see. Love that Tyranitar. Why catch... What? Okay, let's see. Here's Lou testing this because this might have been a former E-box that got converted into an L-box. Yeah, Ethan Haas. Ernest. Here's this. Eric Beltran. That's an old one. Eric Beltran. So I think you need a new bag. It's been a while. Let me check. Let me double check then. Let me double check for you. I don't want you to miss out if you've already got a bag. Here's Emmanuel Valencia. You got a small bag. Sweet. All right, you were in there. You had a really thin bag. What is this? This is just a blank card, huh? Okay, so we'll put that back over there. So you do have a bag. I had to pull the whole box out to find it. Thank you for coming back. 1225. So it's not that long. It's been about 2 months. And what is this? This looks like you tried to open some Ghosts of the Past, huh? So there you go. Got some lovely Pokemon in there now. Bag's got a little more heft to it. Very good. All right. Now, the binder break and all this other stuff, you know, we really ought to have a place to store all this. It almost feels like it needs its own box. We've kind of been using the extra space in the E-boxes for all this stuff for a while. It's just easy to reach. But the E-boxes, when they get full, it doesn't work. Let's rotate these slabs, huh? So here's Machop. Here's Miss Jack of Clubs, Lillian Cosmog. And 3 of Hearts, Yoshi. Pristine. Very cute. All right. I'm a good listener, says Mr. Chad. Where is the store list? I cannot find it. The store list... There's 2 ways to buy cards, guys, if you want to buy cards live. You can go to our YouTube live stream description, and there you'll find links for stuff like PayPal, and you'll find a menu. So you can just add up what you want and send it to me directly through PayPal. Now, the other option is to use the website. On the website, you can search for what you want, put it into a cart, and pay for it on the website. So now there's 2 different ways to buy the same product. The old style or the new style with the website. You can use either method. It doesn't matter. All right, let's see what's going on here. Hey, mister, is my bag not too old? Says Mr. Edward Cornelio. It's not too old. Yeah, your stuff's, you get 1 full year. If you start to have too much, I'll probably create a box for you and put it to the side. Okay, it's 12:41, and we are finally having a clear queue. If you guys are looking to make a purchase today, let me know. Let's hand out a spot or two for this giveaway. I got to put Kayla in here. She's been giving us some business, huh? So Kayla's got to go in. And here is spot number 8. Let's hand out at least 5 spots, right? Let's see. So we have a nice little giveaway running. Gabriel Gallegos. Get in there for free. Cactuar Queen. Getting in there for free. Nicholas Pacheco. We hand out constant free stuff. It's pretty much a basic part of the stream these days. Let's take a minute and talk a little bit about what breaks are available and where they're at. We're heading into Friday. Friday is a pretty big day, and typically people get paid, right? And then the breaks move. That's kind of how it works. So if you're worried about making it into a break on time, or if you've still got time to get into one of these breaks, you need to know what's available. The closest break is this one right here. This is the Jumbo Pack Break. Ooh, so that's the Jumbo Pack Break. It's got 2 spots left. All right, and then we also have Captain Pikachu. He's got 3 spots left. And we have the Binder Break. We just added more cards into the Binder Break. There's 3 spots left. So those are the closest ones. Binder Break, Lightning Break, and the Jumbo Pack Break. Those are all the closest ones if you're looking to do a little RNG. Okay, now we got the bigger breaks. We got this Mew EX. He's still moving. He's 5 deep. This guy's moving a lot. He's up to 7 out of 25. Of course he's moving. Look at that. That's Psyduck. You can't go wrong with Psyduck. Well, you can't go wrong with Mew either. They're both really cool in their own ways. All right, we've got the Trade Break. You can give up some of your cards to get into this for free, just trading in junk cards that you don't want. I guess that's not free, but it's kind of free. Oh, looks like I was giving this away before this started. So let me move that to this. We're gonna move that to the side. The Manga Break is up to 5 out of 32. Take a shot at a guaranteed chance for a Nami. You know, when you open booster packs from a booster box of One Piece trying to pull a manga card, the problem is that you might be digging through a box that doesn't even have a manga in it. Well, here's a guaranteed chance for a manga card. It's definitely here. You're digging in the right box when you buy a booster pack from this box. So you might be the one to get it, or someone else might get it. Here's the Mega Break. It's up to 4 out of 10. It's almost halfway done. A new sublist has started. This is one of the fastest moving breaks on the table. So if you're wondering where all the money's going, it's going toward this guy. People are just buying lots of spots in here. He's really, really nice. The pack split. This just started last night. I think it's almost done. So let me take a look. The pack split. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 3 spots left in the pack split. Chance for a non-holo Charizard if it's light. Because remember, if it's a light pack, and it probably is, if it's a light pack, you can still pull non-holo Dark Charizard. He's totally still in there. Dark Dragonite, non-holo. Blastoise, non-holo. It's all possible. And there's still a chance that it's a heavy pack. We just won't know until it gets open. The odds are probably not great, though. All right. The nice giveaway. Finally, we have this brand new break just started. The Mickey Mouse Break. This is Bubblegum Mickey Mouse. He's 1935 vintage. Multi-generational, like an old baseball card. I'm a big fan of these, so I'm hosting a break of that. Just to show it off and just to give you a chance to own one for 20 bucks. Here's a gym break. If you're looking for 1 in 2 odds, these tend to end really fast, especially if I advertise it. So if one person jumps in, usually another person jumps in just for the fun of it. And here's another gym break. Oh yeah, the McDonald's Riolu. By the way, if you like these cards, you don't have to do a gym break on it. You can just buy both spots. Just send in 40 bucks for Squirtle. But yeah, so these are gym breaks. People like the gym breaks. They go off all the time. And then one more gym break. Classic Collection Snorlax. Now he's serious business. Look at that. He's holographic. Great artwork. And I love how it's even the border of the card is holographic and sparkly. It's very pretty. So the classic collection has been going up in price over time. But those are some classic collection. I'm sorry, those are some gem breaks. Here are the main breaks. The ones I'm most interested in, obviously the Jumbo Pack break going off real soon. And this guy as well, Captain Pikachu, which is a Chinese exclusive artwork. So if you didn't know why this card is so damn expensive, it's because they didn't print this in Japanese or English or Korean or Thai language or any other language, and they never will. This is being printed in one language, Chinese. So however much they printed this, there's probably not enough of it. This is Captain Pikachu, an exclusive artwork for China. Okay, that's why there's excitement for that one. That's why this one is kind of pricey. But you'll notice one of the spots is just the star spot. So $40 is just heading into another break. So your real odds are more like 2 out of 5. Those are your real odds. They're more like 2 out of 5 because if you pull the star, you haven't really lost 40 bucks. You're going to get moved to the other break. So there you are. Those are the breaks that you might be interested in enjoying. Let's see if any orders came in the meantime. Just place an order on the website. All right, sounds good. Do you think One Piece will come back down or go to the moon? I think it'll come back down a little bit. So I think it'll come down. Team Rocket Grunt had to jump into the Team Rocket pack break. Throw me in the Rocket break and 1 Poke Shuffle. Heck yeah, dude. All right, here you go. I'd love to see you pull a Rocket Dark Charizard out. Here we are. Okay, here's a pack split. Lovely. Okay. So there's 2 spots left on the Rocket Pack. He also wants a Poke Shuffle. Poke Shuffles are awesome. They're like $5 breaks, except you know the outcome instantly. That's why they're so fun. So people love these a lot. All right, lots of small slabs in here, but decent slabs. We try to pick really fun stuff. And if you don't like it, you can re-roll it for 90% of its value. 1. Okay, you got an Archeops or something. 1 cold one, nothing crazy. You never know. I mean, if you could get really lucky with one $5 card out of that box, if you get the right one, you pull like a $100 thing back out of there. It's possible. But your odds, what are your odds? You know, it's tough. You got to, I guess you got to land right in the right spot. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. Happy Thursday, everybody. You guys excited for Friday? Man, I can't believe another week's already gone by. Next up, we've got, I think this is Nicholas Pacheco. And he says, custom boosters, Poke Shuffles times 10. You got it. All right. There we go. That means you get 11 of them. Ooh, a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh. We can all live together. Ready? What do we got? Oh, Articuno 10. I think that's a big one. I think that's a great pull you just made. There you go. How about that, guys? Let's go grab it. So I think this guy went in there because he was considered at the time cheap. I don't know if he's the same price today. Ugh. I think he was in the back, wasn't he? Is it this one? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So here it is, Classic Collection Articuno. Now, you overpaid for him because apparently he used to be 40. You can re-roll if you want. Ugh. Your re-roll will be like 35 divided by 5 or something like that. But I bet you he's gone up. I feel like he has. Classic Articuno Japanese. See if he's gone up. He's about 45 right now. So he's gone up by about $5. So you make a choice to keep him or re-roll him. Tyler says, nice, beautiful. Sounds like we're keeping him. Nicholas says, finally. Oh, yeah, he's definitely keeping him. All right, there he is. Very nice, dude. And that means the box is ready for a new card. There we go. And we'll toss this out. Join the Captain Pikachu break. Where'd it go? Here it is. Oh, he's right in front of us. Captain Pikachu, he is not printed in English, and he never will be. He's printed in a single language, and they likely will never print enough of him. You know, you got to think of it like this, guys. When you think about population, oftentimes people look at like the English population, and for a modern card, the English population just spirals upward to a really high number. So English population tends to be really high. But you're not even thinking about the full gravity of the population. Typically, what you run into is, well, they're reprinting it in Korean, and they're reprinting it many times in Japanese. And oh yeah, they're reprinting it in China. And oh yeah, they're reprinting it in Spanish, or they're reprinting it in, what are some other languages? Thai language is another one. So the real number of times the artwork hits the printing press is a bazillion times. So when you've got an exclusive language card like this Pikachu or this Lapras over, was it Lapras? No, I mean Ditto. Where's that Ditto? Do I have one nearby? Oh yeah, this Ditto right here. That's a Korean exclusive. So when you got one of these cards and they're only printed in one language and they're done printing them, it's a pretty good chance that it's going to be underpopulated compared to demand. So I definitely like to offer breaks on cards that I think have a good shot of growing in price over time. You know, his price today seems pretty basic and simple. One day he could be like a $500 card. And this is one of the things I've always been good at when it comes to collecting. It's recognizing when a card could one day be 500. But it will not happen tomorrow. It'll happen 5 years down the road. So, but now's the time to acquire him. You don't want to wait 5 years later when it turns out, oh my God, did you see everyone's going crazy for Captain Pikachu because he's a Chinese exclusive and he's, you know, there's not enough of them. And the Gem 1 packs are a bazillion dollars. So you don't want to wait for that to happen. You want to collect them early and then let them get old. Put them in your closet. Forget about them. Next up, we got Tyler Ferbert. Tyler! Hey, what's up, Tyler? Are you new? It's me, Tyler TSL. What's up, Tyler? So you want a Pokemon Glory of Team Rocket ×5. You got it, man. Let's go grab it. Hey. Tyler's placing an order. Mr. I sent for a spot on that yellow mouse. Sounds good. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tyler, is this your first time ordering? This might be Tyler's first time ordering. Put this here. I think it's time for me to grab another rocket box. Let me go grab another rocket box. I'll be right back. Rocket box. Oh, my legs. My legs. All right, here we are. Fresh box. Ooh. I've been here for years, but never ordered anything because of bank issues. I'm good now. Sweet. All right, so I tell you what we're going to do, Mr. Tyler. You're going to get a free booster pack, so you can have this one for free. And we'll get you the first time order card, too. All right. I'm glad to see some One Piece prices dropping. Nice. Go ahead and pull this apart. Toss this over here. Okay. Grabbing these. We like to do a little nice thing if it's your first time order. We're always looking to make first time orders with new guys, meet new people. Here we are. We want you guys to try out the channel, see if it fits your entertainment desires. It is entertainment, that's what it is. But also, we're pretty serious about Pokemon card investing. We're probably one of the most serious groups about it. A lot of people do it casually. A lot of people do it for kids. So there's a lot of channels that are for children. But we take it all pretty seriously, like analytically. Here it is, like it's for adults. Here is Meryl. That's our style, our stoyle. Show me your stoyle. So you get this, this is XY Poker Meryl, and it's probably going to grade 10. Look at the centering on it. It's almost perfect. So we've been handing out these poker cards for free to people who place a first-time order. I got to pick a new one now. All right. That was the same for me. Have screenshots aside from Mr. talked about. First order was last month. Let me snip this. All right. We'll put this over here. Yeah, Pokemon card investing, if you want to call it investing, because I don't know if it's truly investing, but it sort of is. It's like acquiring fine art or something, but for millennials. What's fascinating about it is it takes a weird psychology to be successful at this, because you'll get cards that do really poorly, and you're looking at it and your brain tells you, man, I need to sell this. I need to get my money back out. And you have to have this weird ability to look at it and say, nah, this is rare, dude. I'm not selling that. Even though it's doing really bad. Like the card's not valuable. It's not getting record sales prices. You have to have this ability to resist that urge to sell. And you have to be able to sit back and see the potential of the card. You know, you have to, like, how many times has this happened for me? Like, most recently, it was maybe those, what are they called? The quest stickers. I was buying them going, no one's interested in quest stickers. But I'm like, they're rare. They're rare and they look weird. And I told myself, somebody's going to buy these for a ridiculous price one day. And so I started acquiring those. And it wasn't one day. It was like within 6 months, people were way overpaying for the quest stickers. $600, $700, $800 for like a Diglett. And this does not surprise me because I've seen this weird behavior over and over and over again. And it's so true all the time. You got like Topps Pokemon, Poker Pokemon, old vintage cards people didn't expect, maybe sub nines, just all this stuff. Maybe this Mickey card here, this one's not even a Pokemon card, but this is like 1935 super vintage Mickey Mouse, pre-World War II. And it's more about the mystique of the card. It's more about the potential of the card. So you have to look at something and not look at its price today or look at its performance over the last 6 months. You have to look at it and say, deeper down, is this thing actually rare and has an aura or a feeling to it? You know what I mean? Here's Mr. Tyler with this first time order. Thanks, man. You pull a nice Murkrow and you pull a nice little Meryl. All right, so let's add a little heft to the bag. All right. I'll put you on the giveaway, too. Very good. Do you think Shinings have potential to be the next Gold Star? Well, now, what are you talking about when you say Shinings? Tyler Ferber, what set are you talking about? I don't think anything's going to be Gold Star, because you know what's going to be Gold Star? The Gold Stars. The question is always the same, though. What's the most undervalued, or, you know, what's the thing that no one's really paying enough attention to? And you never truly know until like a year later when it reveals itself. All right. Wow, this TY box is full. Tyler Davis is in here. Somehow there's a building full of 1935 Mickey Mouse cards. Oh, somewhere there's a building full of... I highly, highly, highly doubt that, because it's too old. The odds that people kept that and didn't throw it away or lose it or it got ruined, very, very high that those got ruined over time. So they're definitely out of print. They're not making more of them. It's probably the coolest possible Disney stuff you can collect is Disney stuff pre-World War II. I mean, that's it. You could collect the modern stuff like Lorcana. I don't know how I feel about Lorcana, but I feel strongly about the pre-World War II Disney collection. I keep wondering if I should hold my PSA 10 Shining Kabutops or just sell it now. Oh! No, I'd hold that. That's a really great card. All of them. Noctowl, Steelix, Kabutops. Again, it kind of comes down to this thing where it's like, you look at its performance and you say, oh, it's not going up as fast as the other cards. And that's always your mistake. Your mistake is going to always be when you sell an item, when all you had to do was toss it into your closet and forget about it. Now, if you need more cash in your life, you need to go work more. That's the actual trick. Go earn more money and don't get rid of this, you know, solid thing you've got. Just put that away and don't touch it in a vault, in a safe. All right, so next up, we got to hit refresh. Let's see what's going on. He's hyping it up. LC reverse hollows deserve more love. Oh, man, they're at their top price already. They're so damn expensive. But so are the Shining Pokemon. That's why he doesn't see any price movement on them. They're already very expensive. Here's Mr. Javier. One Live Custom. All right, One Live Custom. You got it, man. These are really cool, just like the Poke Shuffles. You guys probably know them. The way these work, they're a $5 shot. I'm sorry, they're a $25 shot at a hefty slab. All right. And we use these booster packs because I like to include backup hits in case you miss. When everyone burns the bulk will be rare. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Shining Kabutops is really good. Here's the problem. Every time you sell a card that you do not need to be selling, you need to be holding. The problem is you lose some money. Okay, there's a little poker card for you this time, Mr. Javier. Nothing crazy popping out of here. All right. Every time you try to buy and sell and trade, if you're doing that through eBay, eBay's shaving 13% off of that transaction. Every time you do that, PayPal's taking some of the transaction. And you risk overbuying or underselling. And so the trick is to just get something that you know is good, you know it's rare, you know someone's going to want it, and don't give in to the urge to constantly buy, sell, and trade. Just hold it. Just sit on it. And so you see me sell a lot of good cards. Like here's a great card right here, Sandslash. But the reason I'm selling it is because I have to have something for sale. I don't have a job other than selling cards. So I have to have something for sale. And for me personally, do I believe that this one's a collectible? Hell yeah, I do. Look at him. He's pop 7. That's unbelievable. Somewhere out there, someone collected Sandslash in their video game, and he was their favorite. They just liked the way he looked. So somewhere out there is a Sandslash collector, and he's going to pay $170 to collect this guy, and he's going to thank his mom's tits that it doesn't cost $1,700 instead. And one day he will cost $1,700. This will go up in price times 10 one day. It'll take time. But this is an exceptionally rare card, and it looks fantastic. The King of Hearts. Like, if you've never played poker or watched poker live, Las Vegas poker, millions, billions of dollars, you don't realize that there's a strong nostalgia for playing cards. The king and the heart there. And this is such a clean format. I mean, it just looks really sexy. And look at that on the back. Pikachu on the back. It looks so good, so desirable. How can it only be $170? To me, it makes no sense. This is a very easy hold. I could just put this in a box, not touch it, and expect them to be $240 later. It's not even like a question in my mind. But I have to have something to sell. So I have to sell this to you. And then I take that cash and roll it into a new grade. So I sort of am in the business of getting these good cards graded and distributed. And that's my income. And then I can roll my income into something else. And so I just keep that rolling like a big machine. It's like a kind of work that needs to be done. Same with PSA. They make their money encapsulating. Well, why doesn't PSA just take all their money and buy all the rare cards? Well, actually, they're kind of doing that now, aren't they? They're doing that a little bit. With PSA making offers on cards now. Isn't that fascinating? That PSA is trying to act like GameStop, or maybe they work with GameStop. I don't know what they do. But that's very fascinating that they actually make offer on cards now, too. It's weird. It's like if I was buying CardConomist slabs and selling CardConomist slabs. Don't you think that's strange? But I guess PSA is doing it. I don't know. But, so they work on doing the work of encapsulating cards for everybody. And they would be better off using their cash to swallow up all the rarest cards. But they probably take their cash and they buy more encapsulator machines, more plastic, more labels, and more labor. So they pay more employees to get more work done. So I'm doing the same thing. But I could have literally just kept most of the cards I've been selling over time, and I would be maybe, arguably, better off today than if I had sold them. But here we go. So this is Mr. Edward Cornelia going into Captain Pikachu. We just need 2 more people left for that. And that goes off. Okay. All right, so when you jump in these breaks, there is a chance that you lose 40 bucks. They're tough. But also, you suddenly, if you're lucky, you suddenly acquire a nice card for 40 bucks. That's the good side to it. So again, this looks like 1 in 5, but it sort of feels more like 2 in 5 if you include that star spot. You'll be moved over to the vintage Donkey Kong break if you missed this card. I've been watching your live streams for 3 years. When you graded those Mickey Mouse cards for 5K, and for sure they're extremely scarce, especially the regional ones like OPG or the Bob Lero. Yeah, so there's a couple of varieties of them. There's like Mickey Mouse with celebrities from that time period. Problem with that one is I don't think those have the same appeal to young collectors because none of us relate to those old celebrities. And so I could have bought those, but I kind of stayed away from them. And then there's like weird stuff. There's like stuff that didn't have as consistent of a set. And so I think that those, like some of the cigarette company cards and all those, I feel like those lack a repetition to them. Like there needs to be more than 2 or 3 or 4 of a card in existence for it to feel like it belongs to a set. And so I ended up landing on the bubblegum collection just because I feel like there's enough of them in existence for multiple groups of people to wish to control that set. It's like a game, right? Like Well, it's funny. It reminds me so much of RuneScape. I used to do this in RuneScape, collecting and all that. But trying to get good equipment and hold all of it. But there needs to be enough of a print of a card for it to feel like it is part of a collection. This isn't just Mickey Mouse. This is Mickey Mouse bubblegum, and so that holds a place in your mind, in your memory, a space in your memory. Whereas some of the other sets, they don't have that. They're just like a Mickey Mouse card. It's old, bro. But this is bubblegum Mickey, and people, they get, I don't know what it is about that, but that works. It's important. It's what raises the value of something. Hey, that's bubblegum Mickey, 1935. People remember that. Sticks in their brain. Maybe it sticks in their brain like bubblegum. So what do we got over here? We're going to hit refresh. I have a Shining Raichu as well, but it's a PSA 9. That one I think might not do as well as the 10s. Totally wrong. Just hold on to it, dude. It'll do just as good. You're totally wrong. You can hold on to your Shining Kabutops and your PSA 9 Shining Raichu. It'll do perfectly fine. The 10s are going to unbelievable prices that normal people cannot afford. Normal people with an income between 40 and 70,000 per household. And so the next move will be people buying 9s and having 9 collections. So that card is going to do very well. So I would not be touching it. I would not be selling it. I would just be sitting on it. We're in a Pokemon boom right now. You'll probably see a Pokemon crash somewhere down the road. So there'll probably be a dip at some point. Maybe economy's doing bad. Maybe a new war breaks out. Maybe Pokemon prints too much. Maybe Pokemon prints some boring sets and everyone moves on to something new. Right? Like I told a story about how people were collecting when we were kids and everyone stopped at Shining at Neo Destiny, ironically, where those shining Pokemon come from Neo Destiny. Well, everyone on my street stopped collecting at that time. They were tired of collecting. They wanted to do something new in life. So Pokemon cards kind of go through that as well. The hobbyists shrink and they expand, and they shrink and they expand. It's just people coming and going. So if we're in a big boom right now, people will get bored. All the people that are in the boom right now, they'll get bored, especially if Pokemon cards go sideways or even down. They'll get bored real fast. And so a lot of people will be shaken out. And it's kind of like crypto that way, actually. So crypto, like Bitcoin has crashed down to whatever it is today, 68 or something like that. What is crypto? Let me take a look. It happens with Pokemon, I'm sure. I mean, it happens with the stock market. Oh my gosh, Bitcoin's at 65. What happened? Bitcoin was at 71 like a second ago. Oh my God, dude. Bitcoin had recovered to 71. It's 65 now? Oh man, everyone buying the dip getting liquidated again. Now we got something else to talk about. Okay, whole stock market's down though. Yeah, I can see that my Vanguard S&P 500 shares are down. So Bitcoin recovered all the way to a high of, gosh, I don't know. Looks like it got just over 70. Is that right? And now it's down to 65 right now. That's crazy. Where does it keep falling? Where does it stop falling? I don't know. Are you guys going to buy crypto at some point? I don't know if I will. I don't know if I need to. I feel like I do so well in just Pokemon. I don't need my money to do well in the crypto gamble. I can just gamble in Pokemon. It just works. It's been working. Been working for a long time. Next up, we got an order from Nathan Gordon. Let me hit refresh. One more spot on that Pikachu. There's one more spot on that Pikachu. Really? Somebody bought a spot in there? Hold on, let me take a look. Clicking on this. They got tired of the chocolate gold coins. That's right. I haven't thought about RuneScape in a while. Would play late after everyone hopped off CS 1.6. So this is for the Snorlax. We have a challenger in the Snorlax right now. Nathan Gordon. All right. It's a great card. The Classic Collection cards have been doing very well. I don't know if you paid attention to these, but these have been going up in price consistently. I actually need to send out a new batch to Great because I think I'm like 100% sold out of them. I just got like a couple, like this Snorlax is one of them, but these could use a new round of them. I will probably grade once again with tag. Tag grading's been very nice, by the way, guys. Here are my thoughts on tag grading. It appears to feel harsher than a PSA 10. So that's my initial feeling about the grading. It is a bit harsher. PSA hands out 10s easier, which is good if you're a buyer. So if you're a buyer, you buy with confidence. But if you're a seller, it's tough. because as a seller, you need to pick really good 10s out. You can't just send them your trash. And PSA, they will take a card where you flip it around and it's visibly off center, and they'll give that a 10. Tag will not do that. CGC is the same way. They won't do that. So tag grading is pretty harsh. Their little AI will detect even the slightest error, and it'll be like, nope. So tag grading, they've been nice to me. They give me a little bonus price for being a middleman with them. And I think I've given them a lot of great, I call it positive regard, where I helped build the brand in a positive way. They didn't pay me to do that. They just accepted me as a middleman. That's it. They accepted me as a middleman card grader. So they gave me a little middleman price. So they're very nice. With PSA's price going up to a whopping $25, I'm even more interested in Tag now. So Tag is now the much better option because I like their grading standard anyways. If you scan this QR code right here, you can go to their website and it will give you a breakdown of the grade. It's called a grader's report, and it's like super accurate. It's really scary, actually. So the grading report is the innovation of the tag slab. Every card they grade gets a grading report by their AI software, and it's really cool. It shows a lot of forensic images. So they show a lot of different imagings of the card to prove that it's clean. And so I think Tag is probably going to keep growing. I think they did better than SGC in the last month, didn't they? And they're just like, I mean, SGC's been around for a while. So Tag grading has been on the rise. CGC is PSA's #1 competitor, and it's not even close. So CGC does just about like 12 or 13 times more business than Tag. So we might have to go over to CGC and host a submission or two of that to give you guys a cheaper option than PSA, because PSA is so expensive now. So we're probably going to do some more CGC, some more Tag. You know, I really could do CGC. They haven't done a Karuta round in a while. PSA does not grade Karuta right now. They graded Koro, Terra Karuta, but they don't grade those square cardboard Karutas. They really ought to, but PSA doesn't do it, and CGC does. And so we should do a CGC submission soon. I should get a new Karuta round in. Maybe we'll get some Karuta pristines. Who knows? Melanie is stable. They're giving her steroids to help with the breathing. Whew. DP, the show god, says, isn't PSA more strict on their grading now? Yes, they are. PSA has improved their grading. And yet, you can still find trashy PSA 10s. Actually, you know what's funny? I got to show you guys this before we go on. Because some people don't believe that I really like tag grading enough to buy an expensive tag card. And they're just so wrong about that. Let's see. I did purchase an expensive tag slab just the other day. I wanted to show that to you. So I purchased this one right here. Here it is. So I just bought this Gyarados from Ancient Origins. Let me show you. $1,400. That's a tag graded card. So I'm always buying. And I found that one and I thought it looked pretty good. Take a look at that. Huh? Looks pretty good. Look at the centering in particular. The centering looks correct, doesn't it? Yep. Let's see. And the back of the card, look at the back of the card. Look at that, nice and clean. So I like the way that looks. And then I wanted to bring this back to everyone's attention because I feel more people need to know this. So we're going to look up Ancient Origins Gyarados. Because we try to educate over here. We try to make arguments about the way things work. So look at the great price I got on that, first of all. I got it at only $1,400. That's after taxes. So in other words, if you were buying this, so look, this one looks nice at $1,800, but that's actually the reverse foil. So you have to understand reverse foil and just regular hollow. So there's two types. I kind of prefer the regular hollow. Oh, did the other one sell anyways? Let me see. Maybe the other one's already sold. This is what's so funny about this. I bet you it's already sold. Let's go to sold. So I got mine for $1,400 after taxes. Oh, is it still up? Did it get taken down? Oh, maybe it got taken down, actually. Wait a second. Oh, I wonder if they watched my content and they took it down. Where'd it go? I can't find it now. Let me try getting rid of XY out of the title. Maybe that's what's going on here. So let me get rid of XY. And we'll go into buy now. So we were showing off a Gyarados that got a PSA 10, a recent cert, and it absolutely did not deserve that cert. But now I can't find him. Oh, this is the one. He's lowered the price on it. So he used to have it. Wait, oh, it's in his account too. Oh, so he has moved it into his own account and changed the price. That's what's going on. All right, so here it is. So this is a recently graded PSA Ancient Origins Gyarados. Look at the cert, 1-4. And now look at the centering. Look at this corner down here. See how big and fat that corner is? And now look at the corner up here. See how thin that corner is? How ridiculous is this? How ridiculous is that? Let's zoom in so you can truly see it. Look at left to right on this card. See that? That's a 9. All day long, that's a 9. Visibly off center on the front. Even the roundness of the right-hand corner is not correct. It has squareness, which other grading companies don't allow that. PSA sometimes allows that, it seems. I can't tell. But so the corner's deformed. Bad cutting. And it's clearly not 45-55 on the centering. That is not 45-50. And PSA gives this a 10 anyways. You guys need to see this stuff because it matters, you know. The back looks pretty good. But again, if you look at the centering between the left and right, you can see that the left is thin and there's a visible white dot there, but it's a pretty miniature white dot. I mean, I think that that should still probably have a chance at a 10. But look, there's a white dot right there on this corner, as you can see. So this is a PSA 10. My guess is it was supposed to be a 9, and they accidentally called it a 10. That's my bet, but I'm not sure. Maybe this is just what qualifies as a 10. You can't know for sure. And so this is the nonsense that goes on with card collecting is people worship PSA's schlong, like they're the authority on card grading. Meanwhile, you got this PSA graded 10 Gyarados that is just ridiculously poorly graded. And here's the deal. I see that constantly. It's not like a one-time thing that ever happened. Here, let's take a look at this one again. So not only did I get this one for way cheaper, but let's take a look at that centering again. Centering's so much better. Look at that centering. Look at the corner up here. Look at the corner down there. So this does look like it's within 55-45. Is it a black label? Probably not. But it is a Gem 10? Probably. And we'll flip it around. All right, now this is also part of the fun. Take a look at the back of the card. Okay, get that all zoomed in. There it is. Take a look at the back of the card. Where are the white dots? There are no white dots. Where's the off-centering between the left and the right? Doesn't exist. So I got a better copy of the card for $400 cheaper. Probably more like $500 or $600 after taxes. I got it for like $500 cheaper. And it's because I was willing to buy a brand that wasn't PSA. And that's the mistake people make with collecting is they go, oh, PSA only, bro. It's like, all right. What? All right, I'm going to go ahead and plug this back in. But so they make multiple mistakes. The seller underpriced that Gyarados because he was afraid he would have to sell that Gyarados at that price as a tag slab to get it moved. So that's a deal for a smart collector to recognize that problem. There's a problem where the market's being irrational. They've overvalued PSA and undervalued tag in this scenario. And so I get to save about $500 acquiring a nice card. It's ironically nicer than the one in the PSA label. It just doesn't make any sense. But we've showed other problems like that before with like, oh, here, let me zoom back out. We've shown that problem off before with other brands too. So the point is, grading is an opinion. It's not perfect. Humans do it. It's never truly robots, right? Every company's now trying to claim they have robots, but it's like a human oversees it. And yeah, it's just, it is ridiculous. And so you can see how I've navigated the market to pick the better Gyarados. Better price, better quality card. Some other guy will buy that Gyarados and he'll overpay for it. That Gyarados used to be $2,000 listed in the PSA vault. So I don't know how it's listed for this other guy all of a sudden. So next up, we have Mr. Chad. He says he'll take a spot in the Captain Pikachu and a Topps Merlin sticker. So I hope you guys kind of learn from that. Again, we try to teach how to think about the cards. And you can see I've picked out a deal for myself just by hunting a little bit. You know, just by thinking and hunting and being open-minded. This is going to say 4. 1 Merlin sticker. But here's what's funny about it is if that badly graded Gyarados was in a CGC pristine label or it was in a tag label, people would lose their mind. They're like, I can never trust tag or CGC again, but I'm showing it to you to your faces with the PSA label, and you go, who cares? I'll buy a different PSA card. Doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't hurt the brand in your space in your mind. It doesn't lower the PSA brand by much, does it? So I call that being irrational. That's the irrationality. All right, here we go. Here's Kabuto. Here's a Wheezing. Here's a Rapidash. You know, you hear about vendors at card shows not wanting to accept something like CGC or something. And I'm like, yeah, this is called racism. It's discrimination. There we go. It's the same card. But of course, CGC had that scandal with the playtest cards. Remember that scandal? So they about a year ago, they had the playtest scandal. This is what all these years of working in this hobby for so long. See, I come with all the experience, all the news. I remember the news. They had the playtest scandal where people were printing up these fake Pokemon cards that were apparently part of the creation of the Pokemon card brand, I guess. Like the playtest cards were these demo cards that had been made. And CGC was grading them very quickly, and people were questioning the authenticity, and it was discovered that they were not authentic. And this massively, massively hurt the CGC brand. But here are my thoughts on that. Those are playtest cards. It was a highly experimental thing. That doesn't mean all these other cards they're grading are all fake. It just means the playtest cards were. So, and it's a scandal, and it will hurt the CGC brand for a while. Maybe they would be doing better right now. Also, I think the other thing that hurt them is when they went from 9.5s to 10s. So they bumped all their 9.5s to 10s. Looking back on that, they should have said, resubmit your card, and we'll decide if it gets bumped into a 10 or if it remains a 9.5. Should have happened like that. So they were being generous to all their card holders to try not and piss off their existing customers. So they were being generous and saying, we're bumping all of it up to a 10. Big mistake. Some of them should have remained 9.5s. That's my opinion on that. And CGC can correct that by going backwards and buying up very bad Gem Mint 10s. I also think the label design is kind of ugly. The black and white label does not look that good. Everyone just wants the pristine, nothing else. See what I'm saying? So that is a problem for CGC. And it's kind of crazy because I think if they got rid of those problems, like they'll get further away from that scandal. And then if they corrected the label differences, I think the different labels are very ugly. And if they bought back their worst 10s and just like regraded them into 9s, that would really make CGC super competitive with PSA. I think PSA would be having their ankles bit. Yeah, it's really interesting. I think about these things all the time. I really do. The CGC Gem Mint problem. All right, so thank you so much for that. This Pikachu has one spot left, everybody. CGC should have bumped 10s and 9.5s to 9s. Mr. Tyler's back, and he says 5 the snow hazards. You got it, man. So 5 snow hazards. Yeah, CGC could clean their image up pretty fast by doing those two things. Now, a lot of people thought that the playtest scandal would be the end of the CGC company. People were like, they were like gloom and doom on it. I knew it wouldn't be the end because PSA had scandals. Everyone forgot about them over time. PSA had a scandal where they were encapsulating first edition Pokemon cards where a guy had simply created a fake first edition stamp. Ta-da! So he was buying shadowless cards, maybe like a PSA 10 shadowless, cracking it out, stamping it with the first edition stamp that looks just like the correct one, and then resubmitting them, and they were getting through. So we don't even know how many of those got through and you know, if anyone's detected it yet. But that was a big scandal. People found out that PSA was encapsulating these first edition cards that were fake first edition, and no one even knows if they were removed from the population. They could still be out there circulating. Who knows? Who remembers that? Do any of you guys remember that? Probably not. And that's why I was saying the playtest scandal will be forgotten. It's just a matter of time. It's like 2, 3, 4 years. No one will even think about it. It was this. In fact, the playtest scandal it's easy. Just don't buy playtest. Ta-da! Problem solved. Don't buy playtest, and then you're probably fine. You know? And so the grading companies are not perfect. You got these bad people out there who want to do a scam, they're called counterfeiters. And the grading companies help us. They help protect us from those guys. And it's unfortunate, but those guys are clever enough to beat the grading companies sometimes, and it's too bad. But it's just how it is. I mean, if we had no grading companies, it would just be worse. You'd have counterfeits everywhere. In fact, the cards would have no value because no one would be able to trust if they were counterfeit or not over time. Like if you could only buy ungraded cards, counterfeiting would go through the roof and it'd get really good. And then you wouldn't know if your card was doctored, if it had blue ink on the corners. You wouldn't know if somebody printed it to look perfectly like a real, you wouldn't know any of that stuff. So the grading companies are essential, and yes, they do get tricked. They get beaten by the counterfeiters sometimes. So my perspective on that scandal with the CGC was that it's okay. CGC is going to survive this. It's not a good look, but they're going to survive it. Mr. Tyler, just 2 hollows this time. Here's what's his name? Arctobax, I think. I don't know how I feel about him. He's like in the style of Tyranitar and Dragonite and all them, but I don't think he caught on. I don't think he's popular. He's okay. CGC also paid everyone back. I got all the money I spent on the playtest card reimbursed. Damn. I'm glad to hear that. That's very cool. I didn't know that. So CGC got people paid back. They did the right thing. That's good to hear. But once again, it proves that PSA isn't God. They're not like ordained by the Lord or something. It's just a group of guys in a business. That's all it is. And a different group of guys in a different business can do the same work. It's just encapsulating cards in plastic. That's all it is. All right. Thank you so much. Let's see what's going on now. It's 1:27 and we need one more person for Captain Pikachu. Pika! Bax Caliber. He's cool, man. Let's see. I need the Meryl in that set. That's right. He's cute. Just kept pristine 10 as the only 10. Well, I think that CGC made a really large mistake when they removed the perfect 10s. They did not understand that they were the only alternative to Beckett Black Label. And so when I sent off submissions to CGC, they were really harsh graders. You get a bunch of 9.5s. You get maybe 2 or 3 pristines. And then maybe you get 1 perfect grade. And that perfect grade was everything to me. It was just like Black Label that way. And they said, you know what? We don't want to do that anymore. We'll just do pristine only. Big mistake. They gave up something that was very good. They should have never given it up. I suppose they probably gave it up because it makes their grading faster to not have to check if a card is perfect. So the whole idea of a perfect grade is probably like a ridiculous notion to them. But I think they should have kept it. They didn't have to call it perfect. They should have changed the name. They could have called it like Diamond 10 or I don't know. But Beckett gets away with it by just calling it Black Label 10. Anyways, I thought it was a very good thing. It made me want to grade with them. And when they took it away, I had no reason to grade with them anymore. I said, all right, well, back to PSA. And now PSA is just really overpriced and they're totally steamrolling the market. CGC's got these issues under their belt. The Gem 10 perception, the scandal, no perfect grade. Beckett, the problem with Beckett is they turn everything into a 9.5. So Beckett's so punishing, you only send like 1 out of every 100 cards go to Beckett. The rest go to PSA. You know what I'm saying? And then, so they're a specialty grading company. That's what they are in the end. And then you've got tag grading, which is kind of like PSA, maybe slightly harsher on their grading standards, slightly harsher, but I'm not scared to buy their cards. And the holder looks great, and you can scan and get a grading report that gives you forensic images of the card. So tag's probably going to grow. CGC is going to probably continue to hold its positioning, and I think CGC will get stronger over time if they can maintain a lower price on the grade and a faster turnaround time. And if their pristine 10 holds parity with the PSA 10. So I think that's what CGC is looking to do. It's all really interesting. Beckett is now PSA, though. Yes, it is. Is tag grading good? I'm enjoying it. I hate CGC so much for removing perfects. Yeah, I had a perfect Absol. I think it's in my, I think it's in my vault right now. As you guys know, one of the security things I did recently, I moved a large portion of my cards to the PSA vault. So it's no longer in my home. My home is now a less valuable home to break into. So I did that on purpose because I felt like it was starting to get a little ridiculous. Not anymore. So we still got a couple good cards over here, but we also have knives and guns to stab you with. But let's see. Yeah, security these days, huh? How about all the Pokemon card shops getting broken into? It's pretty crazy stuff out there. So here is my perfect Absol. I can't hold him in front of you like I used to be able to, but he is right there. That is CGC Perfect 10 Absol from Triumphant. That's a Heart Gold Soul Silver set. Let's go ahead and click on that. Look at that. Centering surface, corners, edges, 10. What do you think that's worth? I'm not going to sell them. I'm going to continue to hold and hope that CGC introduces a re-encapsulation process for the perfects. But there it is. I got a perfect 10 on Absol back in the day. I didn't grade that. I bought that from someone. I didn't pay too much either. I think I paid like $700. Sent for the Pikachu. Pikachu's done. Read Tyler's message. Tyler says, can I buy in for a side break on the website? And if so, would it be a custom order? Yes, sir. That's exactly how it works. So if you're kind of new to this, everybody, you're probably wondering, where are the breaks on the website? And the truth is they don't exist because our breaks change so fast. So I don't want to create a new product every time we have a new break. Like this guy's only 5 spots. He's done in a week. So I don't want to create a website listing for that Pikachu. So we have something on the website called a custom order. You can use the custom order to buy anything at all that we have for sale. You can use custom order for. And that includes the breaks. So you want to buy a Mickey Mouse break for 20 bucks? It's pretty easy to do. Head over to custom order and send 20 bucks and just say Mickey Mouse break or something like that in the notes. And I'll know what you want and I'll put your name over there. And then the Mickey Mouse break will be over in like a week or 2 weeks. And then I won't have to add them to the website, remove them from the website. So that's what custom order is for. It's for those weird items. Those items that are there and then they're gone. So Oscar says he'll take the last spot on the Pikachu. It's over. I was hoping that might happen. Here you go, Mr. Oscar. All right. I have 100 attack slabs. Wish they just make their slabs a little bit tougher, a little bit stronger. Now, why do you say that? Because I've broken many slabs open over a long period, including lots of tag slabs, lots of them. And no slab is harder to break open than tag. Tag's the actual hardest one to break open. CGC is probably in second place. But the tag slabs, they crumple like glass. And so they are very hard to open. There we go. We got our group here. Good luck, guys. So these are our Poke Warriors here. They're taking a shot at this Pikachu. All right. As you know, breaks don't end with a happy ending for everybody. It ends with a happy ending for one person. And guess what's also similar to that? Booster packs are like that. Everyone doesn't pull Team Rocket's Mewtwo out of Destined Rivals. Most people just pull bulk cards. A couple hollows here, maybe an AR there, and then one guy gets Mewtwo. So our breaks work the same way. You ready? Let's get it. One more spot in the Snorlax battle. Get in there, battlers. Yeah, so there's one spot in the Snorlax if you're looking for some action, if you're looking for some fun. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. I have hundreds of tag slabs. Yeah, I don't know what you mean. Maybe you mean like they scratch or something. I have seen scratches on them, but I notice I've seen scratches on a lot of my PSA slabs. They have scratches. But you know what's interesting? PSA slabs are like frosted, and you don't really care about how perfect looking the slab is. With tag, you do care. With tag, you're like, one of the selling points is how perfect the slab is. It's just so beautiful. And so if it gets scratched, you actually notice. You're like, oh, wait a second. You know, there's this blemish on the slab, and I hate it. So I noticed that that's the thing with the tag slabs. They're so pretty that if your tag slab gets a scratch or a blemish of any kind, it's kind of annoying. All right, so the people who do not pull Pikachu or the star card will get a Pokemon card anyways. You'll get a common Pokemon card. Let's see. You were saying happy ending. I thought you was going somewhere else with that. Wait a second. I'm not about to love you long time. We're just opening some Pokemon cards here. Shouldn't be dropping slabs. You know, it happens. People drop slabs. Yeah, slabs get like dinged and scratched, and that's why re-encapsulation exists. All right, give me a number. $35 for 1 in 2 chance of the Snorlax. Yes, Snorlax. He's the Snorlax gym break. A gym break is a break with just 2 people in it. All right. 3 more spots left in the Rocket Split. Actually, it's 2 spots in the Rocket Split. Okay, Resendez says 3, 1, 2, 3. So this has now been split, and you've seen the process now. You guys get how these are made. Here are the names. Now, we want some RNG here. All right, so we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're both 5. If we ever have a miscount in the number of booster packs or the names, then it's not a legitimate run and we redo it. That's been the rule. That's always been the rule. So this has to be 5 and this has to be 5 or else it's not legitimate. I make those mistakes from time to time. Pretty rare, but it does happen. All right, give me a number. You have any of the original Pokemon games? I do. I've got 4 graded Pokemon games, but 2 of them are being sold right now in Slabaway. And I've still got 2. I'm still keeping 2. But basically, I'm trying to devalue my home. I'm getting everything out of it. I'm selling stuff off and upping the security, and because I had too much stuff in my home. But it's already happened by a lot. I moved 500 slabs to PSA now, 500. So I'm already kind of there. Sadly, some of the best ones too, like the Legendary Zards and the Crystal Guardian Charizards, they've been sent off. You ready? Boop. Oscar Resendez. Boop. You definitely got Zigzagoon? Sorry, Oscar. Here's Ivan Rodriguez. So Ivan's in here. Mr. Ivan's got... Sorry, Ivan. That's unlucky. All right, that's a cold one. Here's Mr. Edward Cornelio. Edward's got a cold one. Sorry, Edward. Wow, a round that Edward didn't win? I must not be seeing things right. Miss Beatrice. Oh, that's going to be it. Miss Beatrice Moniz. Is she watching today? She's real consistent. She likes to get into a lot of the breaks too. And so this has to be the star spot for Mr. Chad. All right. There we have it. That is the end of the break. So these gentlemen have each pulled a Pokemon card. So each booster pack does come with the Pokemon card. And then Mr. Chad has pulled something called the star spot. So he gets moved over into a different break. It's kind of nice. It's like a second chance. So he has another chance to pull something else now. And it is, I think, up here. Where is it? Is it this? Here it is. So you're being moved to the vintage Donkey Kong break. That Donkey Kong box now has a total of 3 people in it. Alicia, Alexandra, and Mr. Chad. 7 spots remain in the Donkey Kong vintage box break. That's a 1982 graded, sealed Topps box of Donkey Kong. It's pretty cool. It's not Pokemon, but neither is the Mickey Mouse. They're just like, you know, they're other brands. The Topps brand is always really solid, right? The Topps brand is a great company. And then Donkey Kong is a real famous piece of Pokemon, piece of video game history. There we go. So Topps Donkey Kong. That's cool as hell. All right. That's why I owned it. And I bought it back in the day for like $200. So it has definitely gone up in price over time. And I think it will continue to do so, especially since people will open up those Donkey Kong packs and stuff like that. So Beatrice, I assume she's trading this back to me and taking home the Chinese exclusive Captain Pikachu. I don't have any more of these. I just had one. I had one Chinese Pikachu. That was it. All right, cool. Maybe I'll find another one in the future. I might have one hidden somewhere in some pile of cards. I don't know. Actually, I know I have more Gem 1 booster boxes, but those are in sealed cases. So I could open a case if I wished, but I don't know if that's such a great idea. All right. There's the Snorlax. Yes. Funny how things work. Was thinking of buying a spot in the DK break tomorrow. Yeah, it's a cool one. It's just another option. We have lots of options. The Donkey Kong break, and there's another booster box break if you only want Pokemon. This Astral Radiance. If you pull the Astral Radiance box with the 1 in 13 pull rate, you'll get to open the whole thing for $40. It's pretty mind-blowing when it happens to you, but everyone else is like, ouch, I'm missing $40. So it's pretty pretty lopsided the way it works. Your other option is to keep it sealed and put it in your closet. Okay, so either option. But here's the Donkey Kong, and I probably don't recommend opening this one. So here it is. You could, though, but look at that. See how it's got a plastic wrap and it says Baseball Card Exchange? This is an old company, and what they do is they authenticate vintage booster boxes. That's what they do. So back in the day, there was no plastic wrap on Topps boxes. They came unwrapped. And Baseball Card Exchange is a company that specializes in saying, oh yeah, this is all the original box, to make sure that it's the real thing and not like made out of other sets or something. So it is Baseball Card Exchange Incorporated, year 1982, Topps Donkey Kong wax box. Pretty cool. They got their little sticker there, I guess. But they're like a standard in box authentication, and it's just really neat. I bought this, again, back when it was like 200. I think it's like 400 now, and it's just super cool. So I'll put this back over here. $400. That's a 1 in 10 odds. There we go. 0, 10. Oof. Switch those numbers around, Ivan. That other way. Seems like you won 10 and lost 0. Mister, this makes me 10 and 0. What? You can't be 0 and 10. All right, we got to give you a win, Mr. Ivan. Do you ever think, I wonder if I should clean up some of this mail trash before I open any more, or just so used to the polish, nothing to you anymore? I'm having that problem now. I wish I could show you, but I can't. I have this, so I have like a stairwell where I toss all the boxes, and I receive a lot of product every day. And so the stairwell, in like a week or two, fills all the way up with boxes. It's like an ocean of boxes. And we do everything we can to keep up with it, but it's very difficult. One of the things we have not 1, not 2, but 3 dumpsters, like the big ones that get picked up by the claw machine. We have 3 large dumpsters to help with all the trash that this business generates. It's absolutely stunning. And I've done other things, like I've set the boxes on fire in a burn pile before. I don't really like to do that, though. I feel like it's not a pure burn, like old wood, so I don't do that anymore. And the other problem is, I don't like how when you're setting a big stack of cardboard on fire, it will pieces of it will float away. I don't like that. I think it's a fire risk, but we're very smart. We don't do it when it's a day where there could be a fire risk, and we keep a hose nearby in case we need to put the fire out. But we've done that like twice, and it's pretty exciting. It's like the fiery inferno that comes from the cardboard is really fun, but I just don't like it. So we've got recycling places we can send the boxes. We got 3 dumpsters we can send the boxes. We just can't keep up with it. There's no way. It's crazy. It's always crazy, and it takes hours to do all the time. Wow, ever catch a dumpster diver? No, not a dumpster diver. For what? Empty cardboard boxes? No. Technically illegal to burn cardboard. Ooh, I don't know if that's true where I live. I live out in the middle of nowhere, so people do pretty much whatever they feel like out here. I know they do fireworks and all that other stuff, but you're right. It might actually not be. I actually don't know. I've never looked that up. But like I said, I don't really want to do it anyways, because the last time I did it, I didn't like how, and it was a little while ago I did it, but I didn't like how when it was done burning, it would like flake off a little bit. I didn't like that, so we won't be doing that anymore. But that might be more like a local law. Different states do have different laws. Who's 32 Nate, Ash and Ember, Free Palestine. Also, where we're burning it, there's like no chance it really goes anywhere, is the truth. We got a big empty yard, and we just like to burn on cold days or wet days. We don't burn on windy days. We don't burn on dry days. So actually, they put out a warning, too, on days you're not allowed to have a fire out here. So they put out a warning for that. Let's see. Start composting. Can you compost old cardboard? I don't know if I want to do that either. That sounds gross. All right, well, it's 1:44. We are heading toward 3 hours for this stream. I think we're going to wrap up here, guys. Let's talk about the nighttime stream. There's a high chance the jumbo pack break goes off. Only 2 spots left in there. High chance that this Snorlax goes off. Sorry, Nathan, it didn't go off in time. So this will probably go off tonight, which I think I also have a job to do tonight. Yes, I'm grading Mr. Nathan Norman's cards tonight. He ordered 20 grades for $60. Here's the binder break. The binder break, we added more to it. It's got Miss Alexandra in it. The Mickey Mouse break, which is brand new. We have to choose a new lightning break. Ah, there we go. My brain's catching up. No 10 for 10. No 10 for 10. That's not for sale on the menu. You can't like just go buy it when you please. What has to happen, there has to be a big slow day, and then I'll announce that I'm offering it. It's not like for sale on the menu. You can't just go buy it. We've got $10 of store credit for the moment, but what you can do is you can just wait till I say it and then say, hey, go use my store credit. All right, so let's see. Mewtwo, Shiny Magikarp, Sylveon. Yeah, that's not a standard price. The standard price is $3 per card. Here you are. Some days we get really, really slow, but that's usually like maybe once every other week. Maybe once a week or once every other week. Here's Cubo. Man, that card looks so freaking good, dude. Look at that card. I can't offer that as a lightning break. He's too big. Here's Shuffle. Here's Charizard. What can we offer? Ooh, this is kind of cool. I like this Pikachu a lot. This is the, what do they call it? This 2025 illustration contest winner, Pikachu. What do you guys think of that? These illustration cards, they get really expensive over time, typically. Can we leave the 10 for 10 at the beginning of the nighttime stream so I can watch? No, because at the beginning of the nighttime stream is when it's busiest. So I think you're misinterpreting. 10 of 10 is not for sale. You cannot buy it. It is not for sale. I just offer it at random. It's not on the menu. So on a day where it's real slow, I'll offer to do that. Grading cards is $3 per card. Sorry about that. The dies are made from veggie or should be. Yeah, it's not a thing we offer on the menu. It's not for sale. We do offer pre-grading. It's $3 per card for pre-grades. We are? All right. So, ooh, this one's kind of nice. I wonder what this is going for. Look at this Dialga. Ooh, it's got a swirl on it too. Actually, there was a different Dialga I was thinking about. So I got some Dialgas recently because we know Shahir likes Dialgas, and I know some other people do too. So I've been paying more attention to Dialgas. All right, let's see. Here it is. Ah, I just sent, will it be open on evening stream? Whatever works. Let me see what he just sent real fast. I might just take care of you real fast, Mr. Tyler. 33 seconds ago, Tyler, who says 3 Pokey Shuffles. I'll take care of you right now. 3 Pokey Shuffles. Let's see what happens. So Pokey Shuffles, they're real popular. There we go. All right, slab away the Cubone. I know, I wish, but I think I'm going to turn him into one of the exciting breaks. 1, 2, 3. You ready? All right, Tyler, this can end up at a big $100 slab if you're lucky. But you're going to be unlucky this time. You actually do get to keep these cards. I don't always know if you want them, but they're yours. Same with the breaks. When we end a custom booster pack break, like the one we just hosted for Captain Pikachu, that's your card, by the way, guys. So a little Piplup there. He's pretty cute. No luck in the... Oh, come on, man. This baggy sent forward. Mister, I sent an order too. Hathim! All right, I can't skip Hathim. I haven't seen Hathim in a couple days. What's up, man? All right. There we go. Let's see. Don't forget about me, says Christopher Houghton. I was before Tyler Womp. Really? Where? Oh, you must have just sent. Okay, hold on. Let me just take care of this real fast. Let's see. So Mr. Christopher Houghton, he says, 1 Japanese Terra Festival. No problem, man. 1 Terra Festival. There we go. It's Thursday. Are you guys ready for Friday? Oh, man, I'm ready for Friday. Japanese Terra Festival, Christopher Houghton. Holy wow. All right, there we go. I'm not trying to skip anybody. I just didn't see the message. You're allowed to spam, by the way, if you ever need to get my attention. So if you need to spam your message, you will never get in trouble for that if you're like a customer needing some help, okay? Ooh, I like this for Alligator Hollow. I think that's a really nice artwork. Isn't there like a staff card for this for Alligator? I feel like for Alligator slept on a lot. I don't know. I feel like it's hard to say, though. It's hard to say. Do you guys think for Alligator is slept on, or do you think that maybe he's just not that popular? I actually have a really good for Alligator. I can't show it to you because it's also in my vault. Kind of sucks. I have a Dragon Frontiers for Alligator. The Master Ball version of the card is amazing. Let me show you. For Alligator. Funny how they spell his name. Did you guys hear that new Pokemon game is apparently getting good reviews? The one that's like Animal Crossing. Did you guys even know that they were making that? All right, check this for Alligator out. Dragon Frontiers Reverse Hollow Stamp. What do you think that's worth now? I'll zoom in here. There we go. Dude, this is so much better showing it off in person. But there's another example of me owning a card that's not PSA 10. It's just a nice CGC pristine. All right. So we have Mr. Thim, Topps Naruto. These have been selling very rapidly. I think especially as people realize how generous they are with the numbered cards and how those numbered cards are all low pop numbers. So people are realizing that there's value there. All right. Boy, I got to sneeze, man. Worth 5 to 7K. Ooh, out of 25. See how easy that was? Look at that. So you've got Gara out of 25. Wow. Super cool, man. Man, maybe I should open a couple of these for myself and get them graded. Wow, that looks really nice. Okay. Yeah, that almost seems like the packs are underpriced at this point because, I mean, I've opened a lot of Topps products. How many Topps products can you guys name where it's like every other pack is an out of 25? I don't know of any. You can open tons of the Star Wars packs at like $25, $30 a pop. And if you're lucky, every fifth pack is like a numbered pack, except it'll be like out of 200, you know? And so I don't know a lot of top sets that are this generous. Very interesting. There we go. I think, again, it indicates a low pop, low print run set. All right, there's Gara. So let's open as much of this as we can while we can. Let's see. Where are we going? Mr. Thim, where did we put you last? Are you up here? Let's see. Thanks for the order, Thim. I always appreciate it. Hope you're having a great week, man. Here's Hayden. Let's see. Here's Haunted, Aston. All right. I guess I'll create a new bag for you. You got a bag over here, don't you? He's got a bag over here. I just don't see it. It's probably in the overflow box or something. Jeff Leon. Hathim. Hathim, we're going to keep your bag in the H box. There's actually plenty of room in it. So we got plenty of room in the H box now. There we go. I have a bag. He's got a bag. All right. I thought you were bagless. Kind of like being maidenless. There we go. Very nice. Thank you so much, Mr. Thim. What do you guys think the new break should be? The new lightning break? Let's see. Could be this guy. Look at that Beedrill. Altart Beedrill. But this is kind of a bigger break, I already know. What about this Dialga half deck? How much is the Dialga half deck going for? Wasn't he expensive? Like, he actually finally jumped in price? I thought he finally jumped in price. Half deck Dialga. This one has like a perfect swirl on it, huh? What's the swirl premium look like? What's the Nami breakout again? Nami's got a long way to go. She's like out of 5 out of 30. Oh, I'm looking at this. She's like 5 out of 32 or something like that. How would you guys feel about a Dialga break? Would that be good or bad? Where did that come from? It's a Diamond era. This is Diamond era. So this is Diamond Dialga. I'll think about it. I think we'll choose the next break. When? I don't know. Let me, it's tricky actually, always tricky. Picking the next break is always a tricky thing because you're trying to pick something that people will actually enjoy and it can't take too long. Here we are. Like the Captain Pikachu was an easy choice. He was obviously going to go off. Some of these are too expensive. We can't host them because they cost too much. This one's great, man. I love this Magikarp. He's always good. Like, when is that Magikarp not good? We could do another Magikarp break. Now, we've hosted this break a lot, but let's see how he's performing right now. Oops. Just one of those cards, you got to own it. It's too good not to own. So he could definitely be hosted. But should we host him is the question. Do we host this one? What do you guys think? I think he's definitely I want that Magikarp now. I know he's really cool. One of the better looking cards from Scarlet Violet era. He's part of the reason why Scarlet Violet era started going off. Here's another potential card, Shining Magikarp. Really great. Here's another one. Hold on, where'd he go? Shining Magikarp, but it's Japanese and sparklier. Some more sparkles. Here's an interesting one, a Charmeleon, but he might be too expensive. Here's an interesting one, Classic Umbreon. Ooh, I like this one too. People forget about this card. Shiny Rayquaza from Hidden Fates. Now, the reason I like that one is because no one's talking about it. You know, everyone's talking about 25th anniversary, but no one's talking about Hidden Fates Rayquaza Shiny. Here's Mimikyu and Gengar, but it's the Chinese version. But that doesn't bother me. Does it bother you? Doesn't scare me. Here's the Umbreon, but it's the 25th anniversary version. So we got a lot of options here. Here is the Great Charizard from V-Star Universe. I think he's a cheap one, actually. Here's Birthday Pikachu. He's real solid. I think he got cheaper. We could host a Rockets Houndoom in English and restock it. So those are all great options. Do you guys see one that you prefer? Do you guys want to see that again? What do you guys prefer? This guy's cool. I think the Rocket Houndoom is one of the better cards from that set. Pikachu's probably real cheap. That's the bonus to the Pikachu. Charizard's real cheap. He's cool. Gengar Mimikyu. I think this one's from 2023. So he was printed now 3 years ago. He's pretty solid. You just got to be accepting of other languages. Rayquaza Shiny English. People aren't talking about it. It's a great card. Charizard or Houndoom. Rayquaza. Here's Umbreon Goldstar. Umbreon Goldstar. Can't go wrong with Umbreon. Shining Magikarp. The vintage version of this card is like $20,000. You could do like a uncommon Rocket Charmeleon or something cool like that. And then there's also lots of Rayquaza coming in. Chad says Rayquaza. Tyler, okay, Rayquaza. Let's take a quick look into Rayquaza. So this is a promo from the Hidden Fates collection, and there was too many of them. Back in the day, everyone thought this was going to end up being a trash card. And what's cool about him, though, is they didn't reprint him as much as the rest of Hidden Fates, because Hidden Fates came in all kinds of different sets. All right, let's take a quick look at what we can do with this. Oh, he's not cheap. So he was definitely cheaper when I bought that one. So he has moved up in price. Of course, that's a good sign for Rayquaza collectors. But he would not really be like, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't be like a lightning break. Lightning breaks are kind of like 10 spots or less. He would be a bigger break. Let's see. There's a number of Rayquazas to choose. I bought this guy for 188 back in the day. Wow. All right. Yeah, he costs more. Let me look at something else. There's a different Rayquaza I'd rather buy. Yeah, we're not buying this guy. He's not worth it. So he's, in my opinion, he's overpriced. He is shiny, but I would rather host the XY Roaring Skies Rayquaza. So I'd rather restock that one. Let's see. I gotta make a decision here. Houndoom is my favorite Pokemon. Let's go with him. Haha. Yeah, the Rayquaza, the problem with them is he's not exactly cheap anymore. When I bought him, he was cheap. Now he's turned into a standard break, like a Heartbreak or a Rare Candy break. He's bigger now. Let me look at him one more time. Yeah, we would want to sell him for about 13 spots with the star spot. So that's what we'd want to do. Or maybe 12 spots with the star spot. But the problem is when you compare him to other Rayquazas, he seems overvalued. I'm trying to make the best choice for you guys. It's an interesting concept that my part of my job is picking a card that I think holds the best value for you guys. There's definitely better Rayquazas. Come on, dude, why is this broken? I wonder if we could get like a shining Rayquaza in another language. Do it battle. Gengar. I think the Gengar is really good, actually. Yeah, I think he's a better option because I think he's undervalued for what you are getting. Let's see. Wow, this is like broken. Why is this broken? I hate it when the website doesn't work. Wow, so the Japanese version of the Shining Rayquaza from Hidden Legends actually costs more than the English version. That is so surprising. Does it look better? Is that why? Maybe they didn't print it as much. Total population 2,386. Seems like they printed it plenty. Let me take a look into the Chinese Gengar. Okay, so I actually think he's fantastic. I'd like to point out that I've been buying him for a little while, and he has just gone up in price every time. That's the team-up artwork. I know what set he comes from, too, and that set, the booster box, went way up. Oh, my God, this guy went way up. Oh, my God, he costs more than the Rayquaza now. I did not even know that happened. When did that happen? I'm so sorry. I thought we could host him. He used to cost like $200. I did not know that that happened over time. So he is not feasible either. Not for a lightning break. Again, he could be a rare candy break or he could be a heartbreak, but he can't be a lightning break. He's too expensive. Wow. Look how cheap I used to buy this for. Look at this. 175. I bought 3 of them for 510 back in the day. That was in January of last year. What would that be? That's less than 200 each. That's about 170 each. Wow. Now he's like a $550 card. That's crazy. Well, that shows you that the people are considering the Chinese card for sure. Yep, just look too crazy. So I can't I can host him as a break. He's a good card, but I can't host him as the kind of break we want to do. But I do see a really good Rayquaza. I'm going to be hosting this in the future now that I know we need to be getting some Rayquazas up on this table. So, give me a minute. So we've got a card coming to us. It's going to be really nice. It'll be available for a future lightning break. But we got a great Rayquaza for a future break. These other guys, they got to be high tier breaks. They can't be lightning. The lightning breaks got a rule. It's got to be 10 or less. We don't want it to take too long. So the problem is these have all gotten too expensive, I feel. This is an interesting one. How about this Pikachu, huh? Kron Zenith. You bought for 170 to sell it to your favorite group for 350. Oh yeah, that's what I'm in the business of doing. Selling it $200 under the market price. I guess I'm kind of like a card holding company. So you would think I'm just in sales, but I'm not. I'm actually more like a card holding company. We sell them, but we actually hold a great deal of them with the belief that they're moving up. And so I buy my inventory ahead of time and let it get old. I let it age. Ooh, I didn't know I had this sitting in here. This doesn't belong in here. This is like a $2,000 card. That doesn't belong there. Sylveon. This doesn't belong in here either. This is a pretty solid card. Look at this Neo Destiny Ghastly. Let's take a look into that. Oh, man, this isn't going to be affordable either, is it? I don't feel like it's going to be affordable. Maybe. No, actually, it's not bad. How about Neo Destiny Ghastly? You guys up for that? That's actually really decent. It's vintage. Yeah, I like this one. Come on now. Yeah, that one's cool. I like the way it looks. It's we just did a very modern card, and so it'd be cool to do a vintage card right after. Oh, hold on. This is like bugging out on me. You like this card? It's really pretty. All right, give me a moment here. So one of the things that I have a strong belief in is that the 10s for the old vintage sets are at a great valuation these days. You know, like Neo Destiny Ghastly, they're not printing any more of those. Let's see. So let's see what our price would be on this. Look at that. It's going to be 9.5. So we could just do 10 and have one spot be the star spot. So I think that's going to be it. Ghastly 10, guys. A little bit bigger than Pikachu. That shall be the next lightning break. We have so many cool cards. Oh my god, dude. And this is after me sending 500 cards to PSA. It's unbelievable. I could send them more, apparently. Yeah, if you go into my PSA vaulted, how many slabs did I... You know, I did not have a count. Did you know this? I did not have a count on how much I truly owned. Look at this. 503 items vaulted. Damn, bro. And that's not even all the cards. Wow, man. I didn't know I owned so much. I don't count it. I don't like buy a slab and say, oh, I got another slab. That'll be 499, 400 and 500. I don't do that. They just kind of stack up and I go, oh, I got a lot. So here goes. So he's going to be a 9-spot break with 1 star spot. Maybe we could run 2 lightning breaks because one could be vintage and one could be modern. That's how the heartbreak and the rare candy should work. There should be a vintage and there should be a modern. Okay. There it is. He started. You can jump in there if you'd like. That's for the Friday break. Huh? He's starting for Friday. So remember, one of those spots, it's an additional $40 for, you know, for being moved over to a different break. What this really means is I'm valuing him at about $360. And what I'd like to mention at that $360 valuation is that already includes the taxes. There you go. So that already includes the taxes, and I make a little bit of money. All right, guys, thank you so much. That's probably going to be the end of the stream. Feel free to buy that ahead of time for the evening stream. I'll see you there. I'm running out of time to go for a walk. I got to go for a walk or I'm not going to get any sunlight. Let's see. Just checking all these cues. It's looking good. See you there, guys, for the nighttime stream. Have a nice day, everybody.